Memorial against 4-0 Flower Bluff.
Yeah, Paul, it's only the first week of October, but already this is a critical game in that South Division of 35A because the winner of this game is definitely going to have an inside track on the district title game November 9th, the game that we were also going to broadcast.
Looking forward to that. Flower Bluff, of course, a perennial power. The Hornets won the South Zone Championship a year ago. As for Veterans Memorial, they're only their second year of varsity ball, but Alan, it's already clear what kind of a monster program this is going to be.
Yeah, they've got a great one. The Eagles have rolled past their first 5 opponents by an average score of 52-8. Now, last Thursday at Buck Stadium, Veterans blew out previously unbeaten Miller 49-12. Senior running back Frank Jones has already rushed for right at 700 yards and 11 touchdowns. He's gone over the 100-yard mark in every game so far. Now, when the Eagles want to throw the football, they have the district's leading receiver in junior wideout Seth Solis. Now, Solis has already caught 7 TD passes, including 2 last week against Miller. But late in the game, the Eagles lost starting quarterback David Soto with his ugly ankle injury. Now we're told that Soto is available but will not start. So, sophomore Joseph Gonzalez opens up at quarterback tonight. Now he's not lacking for talent, no sir. He's already thrown 4 touchdown passes this year, and maybe more importantly, Paul, he has not thrown an interception.
As for Flower Bluff, they just reload every year under Coach Chris Steinbrook. Junior quarterback Braden Sharon is not as big as recent Hornet QBs, but he is more than competent as both a runner and a passer. Senior receiver Brendan Suckley is just a load. He's 6'2", 215, and can either run over defenders or right past them. But the focal point of this offense is senior running back Devin Burlingame, who's run for 529 yards and 3 touchdowns, including 191 and a score in last week's Flower Bluff win over Alice. So with kickoff now just moments away, let's send it down to the field and the third member of our broadcast team, Nikila Pradier.
Well, thanks, Paul and Alan. I talked to both of these coaches about stopping the ground game of their opponents tonight. As far as vets Frank Jones, Flower Bluff coach Chris Steinbrook said there are going to be 2 keys for his defense, just getting to the ball as quick as possible and also watching for the cutbacks from the dynamic Jones. Now, as far as Devin Burlingame, Eagles head coach Cody Semper says it's really just a matter of his defense being ready for every play, not taking a snap off. He says if they do, Burlingame will make them pay. Stay with us. This battle of undefeateds is just minutes away. This is Texas High School football on Chris Communications.
Gomez and Cadet Petty Officer Second Class Isabella Rodriguez is the Texas flag guard. Would everyone within hearing distance of the music please remain standing in respect for our country and our nation's flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Beautiful October night at Cavanis Multi-Purpose Stadium. A wonderful job of honoring America as we listen to the strains of our national anthem as performed by the Veterans Memorial High School Band. Veterans, of course, the home team tonight in this battle of unbeatens. Veterans Memorial 5-0, Flower Bluff 4-0. An early season matchup between the two favorites in the South Zone. Kickoff just moments away. Let's set the veterans captains for you. Number 11, John Longoria. Number 12, Aaron Lugo. Number 39, Devin Ritchie. The Flower Bluff captains tonight. Number 54, John Jensen. Number 90, John Pedrati. Number 4, Brendan Suckley. Number 10, Dylan Byerly. And number 6, Corey Majek. The game officials tonight, a last-minute substitution. Robert Newton is going to be the referee tonight. The umpire is Anthony Ford. The head linesman is Renee Raymond. Brent Camp will serve as the line judge tonight, and our back judge is Greg Brooks. So in just a moment, the captains will meet at midfield. Alan, of course, we had some concern this morning that maybe rain was going to interfere with the game. Clearly, that's not the case. It is a beautiful, clear night. But on the other hand, keep an eye on that breeze coming from the south, because that could be a factor in this game, particularly in the kicking game.
That is for sure. It is. It's turned out to be an absolute gorgeous night for football. You're right, a little breezy. And looking at special teams, boy, that's something that both teams really like to stress. If it comes down to a field goal or two here, it's going to be mighty interesting. That's for sure. It could be that close tonight.
All right, so the captains gathering at midfield for the kickoff. We were talking about the similarities in these programs. They run similar styles. Flower Bluff probably a little bigger in their offensive line than is Veterans Memorial, although the Eagles are not small by any stretch. Both teams have good quarterbacking. Both teams have a stud running back. Both teams have outstanding receivers. So while we're awaiting the coin toss here and seeing who's going to defend which goal, in just a moment we'll get to the keys to victory for you, because there's some very specific things in the north end. I was mentioning this matchup between them last year. The difference in that game was the experience in the programs. Flower Bluff had all these seniors. Veterans Memorial was only in its first year of varsity football. They had virtually no seniors whatsoever. The Eagles made some early mistakes in the kicking game. They got down big early, but after that it was virtually dead even.
And that's where we're going to pick it up tonight. This is a veterans team that has grown up overnight. They are becoming one of the big boys of the district, and this could be a statement game tonight. Don't you agree?
I do. And quickly, keys to victory tonight. First of all, for Veterans Memorial, feed the beast, meaning their running back, Frank Jones. Give that man the football. Cut down on turnovers. They turned it over 6 times last week against Miller and still won 49-12. They turned it over 6 times tonight. They will not emerge victorious. For Flower Bluff, stay balanced. They're so good at both running and throwing the football, and get after the passer. So with that, we are just about ready to go. So kicking off for Flower Bluff is Fabian Pilares as they tee the ball up at the 40-yard line. The deep return men for Veterans Memorial, Josh Gomez and Davis Horn. So Flower Bluff will have the advantage of that brisk breeze here in the first quarter, but the Eagles are going to get football first. This crowd is fired up, and why wouldn't they be? A battle of unbeatens. Foot's in the ball, and we are playing the great game. This is a deep kickoff, taken 3 yards deep in the end zone, and he'll kneel right there. It's a touchback. So while we have a moment, let's set the Memorial offensive starters for you. This is an offense that is scoring 52 points per game. Right tackle Ryan Hernandez is the only junior on that O-line. Everybody else is a senior. Backs and receivers, running back Frank Jones has already scored 11 touchdowns this year. Junior receiver Seth Solis leads the district with 403 receiving yards. We'll get to the Flower Bluff defense momentarily. But on first down from the 25-yard line, following that touchback, Eagles with the ball. Joseph Gonzalez, the sophomore, is the starter at quarterback, and we've got motion, and that's going to cost the Eagles 5 yards as the left tackle appeared to move before the snap, and the running back, Aaron Lugo, also appeared to jump the gun. So what do you think about this sophomore quarterback? Talking about Joseph Gonzalez, he's a very talented guy. He's just young and might be a little nervous right now while we try to find out what's going on with David Soto.
Yeah, I totally agree. And they say this guy's got a ton of potential.
All right, flea flicker. They put it back to Gonzalez. He's going deep. Got a man looking for Solis. Ball slightly underthrown. It falls incomplete, and a good job of breaking that one up by the weak safety for the Hornets. That's Caden Luke, who has 18 tackles and 2 fumble recoveries this year. That play was there. Ball was just a little underthrown. It'll be second and 15.
Yeah, this is great execution here, but he's wide open, and you're right. It just underthrown just a little bit, throwing into that wind. That had a little bit of a factor there.
Set the Flower Bluff defensive starters in just a moment. Right now, it is second and 15. They'll keep it on the ground. And this time, that's Frank Jones, their stud in the game. He has 700 rushing yards, already 11 touchdowns. And they go quickly to the line, so we don't have a chance right now to set that Flower Bluff defense for you. But we will before the night gets much older right now. That's the big play, 3rd and 7. Motion before the snap. This could be a free play. Flower Bluff may have been offside. Got a man wide open. They miss a wide open receiver. That was Seth Solis. If they make connections, that is an absolute walk-in from, I guess, 73 yards out?
Oh, easily. And it's against Flower Bluff, the penalty, so.
Okay, so he knew he had a free play. Here are the Flower Bluff defensive starters. They play a 4-2-5 scheme. Senior inside linebacker Corey Majak is a big-time player as they walk off the penalty. And in that 5-man secondary, ball-hawking cornerback Caleb Guajardo already has 3 interceptions on the season. So the offside makes it a manageable 3rd down situation at 3rd and 3. With the ball out at about the 33-yard line. They're in the pistol. Running back behind the quarterback, Joseph Gonzalez. The running back is Frank Jones. He gets the ball. He is striving for 1st down yardage. Needs to get to the 35. Doesn't look like he got it. Brought down a yard short by defensive tackle Alec Mish.
Well, what do you think, despite the sophomore quarterback in there? They're letting him do some big things here early on.
I guess they are. They're letting him go for it on 4th and 1 in their own territory. Here we go. Gonzalez trying to keep those legs moving. This is going to be close, but initially it looks like he's got the 1st down as the linesman's right foot is in advance of the 35-yard line. Mish again on the tackle for the Hornets, but that moves the chains.
Yeah, let's take another look at it here. His momentum clearly gets that 1st down. Coach Sippert seeing a lot of confidence in his sophomore quarterback early on.
All right, so that'll help them shake the butterflies a little bit. They converted in that situation after taking an early penalty, so that's got to give them some confidence. So Gonzalez remains the quarterback. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. It's the zone read give to Frank Jones, and he is such a strong young man. And the senior running back gets out across the 40-yard line to about the 41 for a gain of almost 6.
Yeah, somewhere he found a hole I did not see there in the beginning, but he slipped through there to pick up the big gainer.
Gonzalez again with a balanced formation. Play fake, throws, left side. Got a man complete, that's Solis. He is met right away by Caleb Guajardo, but he does have the 1st down at about the Eagle 48-yard line. The clock will stop briefly while they move the chains with 10:16 remaining in this thus far scoreless 1st quarter. This time, the Eagles will send 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. That's the near side. And from the pistol, here's Gonzalez. Gives it off left side. Frank Jones turns the corner, has the corner, and appears to have the 1st down. It depends on where he stepped out. Initially, I thought he had it. Now that may be in question. May have stepped out of bounds about a yard shy of the 1st, but they got the edge that time.
Yeah, they really did. He got around the left side, and he was able to almost eke out that 1st down. You know, Gonzalez has to be feeling pretty good. He just got his 1st completion, so let's see if they put it up in the air again here. They may just do that.
In a good situation here. Who doesn't love playing offense when it's 2nd and 1? Line of scrimmage is the Hornet 43-yard line. Eagles on the move after taking the opening kickoff. Jones coming near side, cuts it back. He's got the 1st down, also takes a big lick, but he's got the 1st at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was a big whack there, but he got the 1st down. So they move the chains again. They're eating up some clock, and they're keeping the ball away from Flower Bluff early.
Eagles pressing the pace a little bit as Gonzalez looks to the near sideline for the play. A couple of substitutions. This time Lugo will come into the ball game at running back. replacing Frank Jones, at least for the moment. It's 1st and 10 from the Hornet 40-yard line in this battle of unbeaten. So glad you're with us. From the pistol, Gonzalez. It's a flea flicker again. Gonzalez going deep, got a man wide open. If they can make connections, let's see, it's incomplete. The ball hit the ground. The intended receiver was J.P. Newman. Couldn't quite come up with it. And Allen, in this first series alone, the Eagles have missed 2 wide open flea flickers for what would have been touchdowns.
Yeah, this is an absolute killer. Gonzalez throws the ball, and you won't ever see a receiver that wide open. That was a great try there by the receiver. Just couldn't quite bring it in.
By the way, I love the call on 1st and 10 with field position. Frank Jones back in the game at running back for the Eagles. 4-man defensive front for Flower Bluff. Give left side. That's Jones, and actually he lost a yard back to the 41, brought down by outstanding senior linebacker Corey Majak, who already has 14 solo tackles on the year. That's his 15th.
All right, so an obvious passing situation now, 3rd and long. So let's see what they pull out of their bag of tricks on this play.
Once again, as we saw last week against Miller, Corey Semper, the fine head coach for Veterans Memorial, is just being hyper aggressive on this first possession.
Gotta love it.
So 3rd and 11 from the pistol. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. A 4-2-5 defensive alignment for the Hornets. Gonzalez has time, has a man. That is perfectly executed. That is Seth Solis, and he's got the first down inside the 30-yard line. The key to that one, textbook pass protection.
It really was. We're going to show it to you right here. Look at him. He's got plenty of time to throw, and he looks, finds Solis, drills it in there.
All right, this is a drive. It started back at the Eagle 25-yard line following a touchback on the opening kickoff. They've taken it all the way down to the Hornet 29, where it is 1st and 10. 8:07 remaining in this first quarter. Motion across the formation and a whistle, and we've got some kind of procedure penalty against Veterans. Senior right guard Viet Demas just a little bit eager on that one, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Well, I love the play calling here tonight by Semper. Despite the fact he's got his backup quarterback in there, they're still executing the playbook.
I guess they are, and they've held the ball. This is the 13th play of this drive. So it's still 1st down after the procedure penalty, but that moves the ball back to the 34-yard line. This time trips to the near side of the field. That's the left side. Now they motion across the formation, and we have another whistle.
Wow.
This time it's the lone junior on that offensive line. Everybody else is a senior. That's the junior right tackle, Ryan Hernandez. By the way, we were kidding referee Robert Newton before the game. We said we were going to get him a lot of FaceTime. He said, I hope not. I don't want so many penalties. He's been busy so far. So after a couple of procedure penalties, it's now 1st and 20. Kind of a gadget play. They'll give it off to Jones, puts his foot in the ground, and it's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So he gains about 10. But that's still going to leave them in a 2nd and 10 situation. The tackle made by Isaiah Alday.
Yeah, look at Joe. He is just a strong young man. And very athletic. Look at him here, make the twist and turn. It lunges way for another 3 yards.
2nd and just a smidge over 10 to go. This time we got 2 receivers left and right from the pistol. And Gonzalez throws left side. This one sails on him a little bit, and it goes over the head of the intended receiver, Seth Solis. So now it is a bona fide 3rd and long.
Yeah, another one they were able to convert a moment ago. So look for number 7 again. Seth Solis, he's their go-to guy in these situations.
Keep 2 things in mind here. If they're in a 4th down situation, they've already proved they're not afraid to go for it. The other thing is they got a field goal kicker who is good from anywhere. He's perfect on the season, including a long of 50. Hornets show blitz. Gonzalez milking that play clock now. It's down to 6. Boy, they're going to have to hustle. It's down to 3, down to 2. They'll finally have to burn a timeout, and we'll keep it right here. So glad you're with us. Paul Alexander alongside Alan Harwell. As we describe this game to you, a battle of unbeatens. as 5-0 Veterans Memorial against 4-0 Flower Bluff. And what has really impressed me so far about this Eagle offense is that they have had some adversity. They've missed a couple of passes, they've had a bunch of penalties, but they keep fighting back.
Yeah, it's been a drive of missed opportunities. The flags, the wide open wide receivers they can't get the ball to, yet here they are getting close to the goal line.
Okay, a big third down play coming up, so both teams huddling with their coaches. Want to make sure everything's straight on this one. Right now, we want to remind you that tonight's game is brought to you by Colonia Del Rey RV. That is the best, the very best deal on wheels.
All right, what do you think? Solis or maybe go to Jones on a screen pass maybe out of the backfield? What do you think?
Screen might not be a bad call.
They haven't done that
because
yet.
Their offensive line is very mobile, and of course, Jones is just such a running threat, and he has become a really good receiver coming out of the backfield as well.
And he can get those extra yards when you need them, so I like that opportunity.
All right, so the Eagle offense is led by OC Jerry Prieto, so let's see what he dials up here on this 3rd and almost 11 with the ball just inside the Hornet 30-yard line. Here's the snap. Gonzalez comes right side, will keep it, turns it up, has got a gain of about 2 or 3, but he's still 8 yards shy of a first down, popped down by senior defensive end and captain John Pedrati.
I'm a little surprised by that call. Are you?
Well, I don't know what kind of option it was, and I don't know what his read was. I do know that they're left with 4th and almost 9 right now. Now, again, keep in mind, they got a field goal kicker who is perfect on both PATs and field goals on the year and has a long of 50. But also keep in mind that they would be kicking against this win. So they're going to go for it on 4th and 9. From the pistol, Gonzalez, the quarterback, play fake, has time, throws, left side. It is caught, and once again they got a first down, and once again that is their stud junior receiver Seth Solis, who leads District 35A in receiving, and once again the key was pretty good pass protection.
And an absolute dart where Solis was able to haul it down, and he's their go-to guy in situations like this. So now they're getting a little bit closer and just eating up this clock. Just what? A little over 6 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Guys, they just converted on 4th and 9. Now a 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Gonzalez throws on the skinny post, had a man. That probably should have been caught. That was J.P. Newman. He couldn't come up with it. The pass falls incomplete, but the route was really well run, and that was, in my mind, that was Gonzalez's most impressive throw of the night so far.
It really was. Caught him exactly in stride, and between 2 defenders. You threaded the needle.
All right, so it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line. From the pistol, Gonzalez. Here's the mesh with Frank Jones. He can be brought down behind the line of scrimmage all the way back at the 20-yard line. Outstanding job on the run blitz by inside linebacker Javaris Lawson.
All right, here we go again. 3rd and long.
Well, they've had plenty of experience. They've had the ball for almost 7 minutes now as they took the opening kickoff following a touchback. 3rd and about 14. Motion across the formation to the near side. Gonzalez with time, throws over the middle, got a man open, takes a big hit. That senior receiver, Josh Gomez, he paid for that one, but now he's got them in a manageable situation, and this time there is no hesitation on the part of Cody Semper. They're going to send their outstanding kickoff and PAT man in there, Romario Perez, who, by the way, is 29 for 29 on PATs and 3 for 3 on field goals. I mentioned he has a long of 50. He's not going to need near as much leg on this one. This will be put down at the 17, meaning it's a 27-yard field goal attempt. But it's a fake. Reverse pass into the end zone, incomplete. So after all of that, the Eagles come away scoreless, but they had the ball for almost 7.5 minutes, and they showed they are absolutely fearless.
So 4 trick plays on this opening drive and ends up with no points. And if you're Flower Bluff, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself right now.
All right, so in just a minute, we'll get our first look at the Flower Bluff offense. Right now, there's a timeout on the field, so we'll be back in. We'll keep. All right, we'll set the Flower Bluff offense for you momentarily. On first down, they keep it on the ground. Let's talk about that Flower Bluff starting offense for you, beginning with what's up front. 4 of these 5 starters on the O-line are seniors, anchored by center and captain John Jensen. As for the so-called skill guys, senior Brendan Suckley can play tight end or wide out, running back Devin Burlingame. I'll talk about this in just a minute. We'll set the remainder of that offense for you, as well as the Memorial defense. On first down, that was a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8. Quarterback is junior Braden Sharon. Running play coming near side. That's Devin Burlingame. Burlingame turns it up, turns the corner, gets out to about the 19-yard line. Going to be about a yard shy of the first down.
And check out the big hit by the Veterans Memorial Eagles coming up right here. Number 21 laying the lumber right there. That is Anthony Correa,
who already has 2 interceptions on the year as well. So it's 3rd and a little less than 3 for the Hornets. And we've got a whistle before the snap. While we do that, let's get back to that starting offense for the Bluff for you. I mentioned the fact that 4 of the starters on the O-line are seniors. Captain John Jensen is the center there. He anchors that. The backs and receivers, Brendan Suckley can play either tight end or wide out. Running back Devin Burlingame, one of the district's best. And junior quarterback Braden Sharon has not missed a beat, succeeding graduated star Jager Bull, who is now a Rice Owl.
Yeah, you love that, don't you?
Absolutely.
How's he doing up there?
I believe they're trying to redshirt him right now.
Okay.
They're trying to turn him into a tight end and an H-back.
Wow. He's got the size for it, that's for sure.
All right, so the clock running, actually, with 17 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Don't know if that's a scoreboard operator error right now, as we did have a timeout on the field. So the Flower Bluff offense comes to the line of scrimmage on 3rd and a little less than 3. And they reset the game clock, yes, to 3 minutes and 41 seconds remaining here in the scoreless first quarter. Sharon, the quarterback, will keep coming left side, looking to turn the corner, trying to get the first down, and gets a headache instead, as he is absolutely laced by junior safety Davis Horn.
Yeah, he just laid the lumber on this play. This is a huge stop for Veterans Memorial. There's the big hit, clean as day. Knocks him out of bounds, forcing a 3 and out.
We will be taking a timeout following this change of possession. But right now, you think the Eagles are going to get great field position following this punt. The punter for Flower Bluff is Fabian Pilares. He's averaging just over 35 yards a punt. Return man standing at midfield for the Eagles. Going to take this one back at his 45-yard line. Got a pretty good return. Gets worthwhile yardage into Flower Bluff territory. So we got a timeout, 3:28 remaining in the scoreless first quarter. Back in a moment. We thank you for watching Texas High School football, coming to you from Chris Communications. Welcome back to Cabinets. Tonight's game is brought to you by these sponsors. They made it possible, and we thank them. You bet we do. Paul Alexander, Alan Harwell here at Cabinets. We're in a battle of unbeatens between Flower Bluff and Veterans Memorial. 3:28 remaining in what so far is a scoreless first quarter, although Veterans Memorial had the ball for 7.5 minutes after taking the opening kickoff, ultimately got no points. So following the punt, Memorial with field position. They try a crossing route, and that is a big-time tough catch that is made by senior receiver Josh Gomez. He knew he was going to get whacked and made the grab anyway, Alan.
Yeah, he really did, and Gonzalez getting more confident now as the game proceeds and throws it in there. Nice catch, hangs on despite the big hit.
Gonzalez starting for David Soto, who was injured last week. We're told Soto is available, but Gonzalez, you can see him growing by leaps and bounds seemingly with every throw. He's thrown 4 touchdown passes on the year, and more importantly, no interceptions. Pretty cool customer. First down, jet sweep coming left side. That's Seth Solis, gets a block, turns the corner, has the first down, has more, gets down inside the 25-yard line down to the 23 before he's bounced out of bounds by senior defensive tackle Jordan Morales.
Yeah, Solis pretty much can do it all. He can catch, he can run. Look at him here. He's got a great block there by Frank Jones, and just enough to give him a little bit of more running room. Tight roads it down the sideline and picks up the first down.
Thank you for giving credit to Frank Jones for that block, because that was a big-time block. Outstanding technique there as he got that defender on the ground. First and 10 from the 23. So the Eagles knocking at the door yet again. Motion across the formation, but a whistle. And that really has been the bugaboo for the Eagles so far tonight. It's been procedure penalties. There's another one.
That's 4 of them now against Vets tonight.
Yeah, that one on the senior left tackle, Josh Hernandez. So it'll move it back to about the 28-yard line. Clock stop with 2:46 remaining here in quarter number 1. Gonzalez, the sophomore, will operate from the pistol. Here comes the motion. They may have another procedure penalty. It almost looked like he turned up too soon, but it's a reverse coming wide side, inside the 15, inside the 10. That's Frank Jones. And I will say this, Corey Semper and his offensive staff pulling out all the stops.
Really are. The whole playbook's been thrown out tonight. And you're right, that was almost another procedure call there, but they got it done, and look at them down there on the 10-yard line.
And that is officially a first and goal. Following an 18-yard gain. Gonzalez, long count this time. Play fake, pulls it down, now throws left side, incomplete as it goes through the hands of the intended receiver, Seth Solis. So we'll try to set the total offense figures for you at the end of the quarter, but so far it has been all veterans.
They have simply dominated, and again, remember, Flower Bluff only had the ball once. It was a quick 3 and out. They had the ball less than 2 minutes.
Wholesale substitutions for both teams, and the Eagle offense will go jumbo. They got a lot of big guys in there. They'll give it to Frank Jones. Cracks down inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line as the clock rolls now with 2:06 remaining here in quarter number 1.
Frank Jones, here's a guy that didn't get to really play a whole lot last year because he was hurt. So we're finally getting a chance to see what he can do when he's healthy, and he is awesome.
And again, Gonzalez looks like anything but a sophomore. He is very composed. They'll go jumbo to the right side of the formation. Play fake, throw it into the end zone. Going to be a jump ball situation. They're fighting for it. Let's see. That's a pick. That is intercepted by junior weak safety Caden Luke. He makes the play. That's his 3rd turnover of the year. He's got a pick now to go along with 2 fumble recoveries early in the season.
Let's take another look at it again. Maybe he left it up, maybe a little too much air perhaps, and then gave him a chance to come over and grab it. And he just stole the ball away from him. That's just great effort there.
That was just an absolutely tremendous play. And once again, Flower Bluff dodges a bullet. How fortunate, how good do they have to feel right now?
It could easily be 14-0.
In a heartbeat, it could be.
Yeah.
And how frustrating is that for Veterans Memorial? Because you got to figure that you're not going to get opportunities like that all night long against this outstanding Hornet defense. Now the Hornet O back on the field. Quarterback by junior Braden Sharon. standing back at his 15-yard line. On first down, they'll give it off to their backup running back. I think that's Simeon Wells, the backup on the carry. I will never challenge Rick Spool again. That's Devin Burlingame. At any rate, there's no gain. And you know what? As prolific as the Eagles have been on offense, their coach, Cody Semper, will tell you they're a defensive football team.
Incredibly, I know. He loves defense.
2nd and 10. Give right up the middle. Fighting for first down yardage is Burlingame. He's going to be a little short. They'll mark the ball at the 29-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 from there with the clock moving and 47 seconds remaining here in the quarter. This time the Eagles with a 3-man, now a 4-man defensive front as another guy sticks his hand in the ground. Play clock at 19, so that's not really a factor. Sharon from the gun. Here's the snap. There's the mesh. There's Burlingame. There's the first down, and they will move the chains as Burlingame gets across the 35 out to about the 36-yard line.
He's a bulldozer, isn't he? Boy, he'll just run right over you. He gets going. He's hard to bring down. He's almost an automatic first down when you need a first down.
Here's what I love about him. He is so decisive. There is no messing around. One cut, and here we go. So he gets the first down out at the 36-yard line, and the clock again moving after they set the chains. There's 10 seconds left in the quarter, so this is, if they get it off, the last play of the first period, and they will. Sharon with time to throw, now under heavy pressure, flushes right side, turns the corner, has positive yardage out across the 40 to the 41, but he's still about 5 yards shy of the first down on what is the final play of the first quarter. We've played 12. Our score here at Cavanis Multipurpose Stadium, the Veterans Memorial Eagles, nothing, and the Flower Bluff Hornets, nothing. Back with quarter number 2 in just a moment. We thank you for watching Texas high school football, coming to you from Chris Communications. Back at Cavanis Field for quarter number 2. Thank you so much for joining us. Paul Alexander and Alan Harwell bringing you this battle of unbeaten. It's just about set to start the second quarter after they turn the teams around. And boy, Veterans Memorial has had 2 long drives. They've come away with no points. That's got to be so frustrating. But now, for the first time tonight, Flower Bluff with a little something going offensively. As we start the second quarter, it's going to be 3rd and about 6 from the Flower Bluff 40-yard line. This time they'll be moving against the wind. Frog motion across the formation. That's Suckley, the tight end. And the running play will go the other direction. That's Devin Burlingame again, and that was well diagnosed by the Eagle defense. Gain of only about 2, and we'll see what the Flower Bluff Hornets elect to do from here.
3rd down and about 4. Interesting situation. They have not attempted a pass play today. They've run the ball 8 times already.
Line of scrimmage about the 42. Third and a short 5. Sharon throws, got a man wide open. Ball a little bit behind him. It falls incomplete. It was intended.
DeAndre Hayes.
DeAndre Hayes was the intended target. DeAndre Hayes, who made a big touchdown catch right before halftime last week. But that one falls to the turf, and with that, Flower Bluff is going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, we had talked about the fact he had not attempted a pass, and there they go, first time. Looked like he got hit just as he threw the ball.
Beautifully designed route. He was wide open. Ball just a little bit behind him. Here's the rugby-style punt. Going to hit it about the 35-yard line, roll inside the 25, and down near the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 21. And we're going to take a timeout with 11:09 remaining in this scoreless second quarter. We'll be back in just a moment. We thank you for watching Texas High School football, coming to you from Chris Communications. Back to play at Cabaniss. So glad you're with us on this beautiful Thursday evening. We were worried about rain earlier. Obviously, that's not a threat. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening here, but it is breezy, and the wind could be a factor here as it's pretty stiff coming out of the south. So following that Flower Bluff punt, Eagles 1st and 10 from their 21-yard line. They've moved the ball almost at will, but they have no points to show for it. Frank Jones, the running back, and he'll take it on first down, gets immediately into the secondary, and that's a good gain of almost 8 yards out to the 29-yard line. Nice job. And the Eagles get quickly to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a second and a short 2 at this point. Again, we'll remind you the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, Jerry Prieto, who has been very, very creative tonight. The Eagles have missed some big play opportunities, including 2 flea flickers that should have been long touchdowns. They just missed connections. So on 2nd and short, Gonzalez, the sophomore quarterback, making the start tonight. He'll give it off left side to Frank Jones, who follows his guard, and really a nice job of coming up that time by inside linebacker Javaris Lawson, who is very impressive with his speed and lateral mobility.
Jones already 12 rushes tonight, 58 yards so far in this early second quarter.
He got nothing there, so it's 3rd and a short 2. Big play for both sides here as we move inside the 10-minute mark here in quarter number 2. Gonzalez from the pistol, and once again there is a whistle before the play, unofficially the 4th procedure penalty here in the first half. Make that 5 against the Veterans Memorial Eagles. Although the Eagles think this is going to be an offside called against Flower Bluff, and it looks like they may actually walk it off that direction. Now, the reason we thought that it was against the offense is because they blew the whistle, which normally means, that's an offensive penalty. But apparently contact was made. It is offside against Flower Bluff, and that does give the Eagles a first down, an easy one, out at the 34-yard line. Twin receivers to the near side. Gonzalez from the pistol. Play fake to Jones. Looks left side, got a man wide open. That is just easy pitch and catch. The completion by Seth Solis as he hauls it in. He came into tonight with 27 catches and 7 touchdowns. Unofficially, he's the third or fourth catch of the night.
That's his fourth of the night for 50 yards. So he's already made a big impact in this football game.
First down out of the 47-yard line. Ball resting on the near hash. Joseph Gonzalez, the sophomore, has gone all the way to quarterback. This time, excellent defensive penetration by Flower Bluff. They almost mess up the mesh on that handoff. In a way, the Eagles are lucky they kept the ball. That's Jordan Morales, who just kind of wrecked everything there for the Hornet defense.
Yeah, very well done by that Flower Bluff defense. They're bending but not breaking as of yet tonight.
Short gain there, officially 1 yard, so it's 2nd and 9. Hornet defenders looking to the far side of the stands, imploring their fans to make some noise. Good crowd here tonight at Cavanis. Why wouldn't it be a battle of unbeatens? Blitz coming, play fake. Gonzalez throws, near side, got a man, got a first down. That is complete. I think Matthew Paul is the man who made the play there, and what a good job of beating the blitz. They simply threw it to the vacated area.
Yeah, exactly, and he's wide open. Boy, they've been wide open on so many pass plays tonight.
So the pass play carries down to the 35-yard line. I think this drive started back at the Memorial 21. That was a gain of 17 on that completion to Matthew Kroll. 1st and 10 from the 36. 2 receivers left and right. Gonzalez, option keep, into the secondary. Got good yardage down inside the 30. Down around the 27-yard line. He's going to be about 3 yards shy of a first down. Very decisive move by the sophomore quarterback, Joseph Gonzalez.
It really was. We haven't really had a chance to see him run a whole lot tonight, but that one was his most effective run of the night so far.
He did not hesitate. This time the Eagles send trips, 3 receivers to the near side. The guy on the inside is Seth Solis, now comes in motion. It's a jet sweep pass, another gadget play. They're going deep. They didn't miss this one. They missed 2 earlier, but they didn't miss this one. It is a gadget play, a reverse pass, and the touchdown is to J.P. Newman. He's got to feel good because he missed one earlier. That atoned for it.
That certainly did. This is as good as you can run a trick play, and you can see Seth Solis roll out, has plenty of time to throw the ball, sets his feet, and another receiver wide open.
Boy, these offensive players for Memorial are so versatile. They can all do a little bit of everything. There's the PAT by Romario Perez, who is still perfect on the year. And we got our first score of the night. Veterans Memorial 7, Flower Bluff nothing. 8:22 remaining before halftime. Back in a moment. We thank you for watching Texas High School football Thursday night style, coming to you from Chris Communications. Well, at 8:22, I'm sorry, Alan.
It just took almost 16 minutes for them to score their get the first score of this ball game, and it was a great play, wasn't it?
Well, it was. We got this reverse pass from receiver Seth Solis, who turns into a passer, gets it to fellow receiver J.P. Newman. 27 yards on the play, capping off a 7-play, 79-yard drive. PAT's good. 7-0 Veterans Memorial. And actually, the Eagles to date have dominated. You could make a case that their lead should be much larger than 7 points.
Oh, it could be 21-0 right now. They have moved the ball on all 3 of their possessions, and they get it done there. And we'll show that play later in the game. But it was truly remarkable. So if you're Flower Bluff, man, you got to get something going here on offense. You got to answer.
I'm aware of the fact that we haven't had a chance to set the Memorial defensive starters for you yet. Just haven't had an opportunity. We'll do it right now following that touchback. Here are the Memorial defensive starters. Their front four is just absolutely nasty against the run. Senior tackle Delton Demerson will just flat light you up. And on the back end, linebackers Cedric Evans and Kyle McAllister are full-on studs. Safety A.J. Correa already has 2 interceptions on the year. So, we talked about the experience gap that existed in this game a year ago. Clearly that has leveled out because Memorial is not blinking in the slightest.
Oh, not a bit. They have arrived. They're playing with the big boys now on their turf and taking names.
Brendan Sharon has gone all the way to quarterback for the Bluff. Gives it off to Devin Burlingame. Veers to the left side. Got a gain of about 4 up close to the 30-yard line.
How big that offensive line is.
That is a huge offensive line, but so far the Veterans Memorial defensive front has stood right in there. There's another flag on the play. Let's get the call from. All right, you heard the referee, Robert Newton. It's a face mask penalty against Veterans Memorial, and a costly one, in that is going to give Flower Bluff a first down out at the Hornet 44-yard line. Bluff with 3 receivers to the near side. Sharon, the quarterback, play fake, will keep left side, trying to turn the corner. Pretty good pursuit, and really is gang tackle. Just snowed under after a gain of only 1 yard line. Got a new receiver in the game for Flower Bluff. That's senior number 88, Christopher Evaristo. He was one of the trips here to the near side. Gain of less than a yard. 2nd and a long 9. Clock running with 7:30 remaining before halftime. Sharon, the quarterback. Burlingame is the running back in the pistol to the left side of the quarterback, Sharon. Man coverage here to the near side. Burlingame on the zone give, and once again, that Memorial Eagle defense is just tenacious as they converge, and it's really, really fun to watch their inside linebackers work, Alan. I'm talking about a pair of juniors, Cedric Evans and Kyle McAllister.
Yeah, it's almost like they know what the play is going to be run. Just great scouting by the Vets scouting department. So now you've got 3rd and 7. Remember, Sharon is a great runner. Haven't only seen him really take off once tonight, but this guy, watch out, he can pick up some big yardage.
3rd and 7. Play fake. Sharon looks left side. Pass falls incomplete as there is excellent coverage out on the far side of the field. It was intended for Brendan Suckley, who is 6'2", 215, can play either tight end or wide out. Now, he did miss practice yesterday. Didn't look like he felt real well.
Yeah.
But they were coaching him up, still giving him a lot of mental reps. But he was not practicing yesterday. Really one of the outstanding receivers and athletes in the district. So Flower Bluff going to have to punt it away. They'll get this away rugby style from about the 35-yard line. It's a low line drive punt, and it's fielded cleanly, and that's actually a very nice job there because it saves field position as there's no roll. The senior Josh Gomez on the return, that doesn't show up in the box score. That's a really heady play.
Yeah, because that ball could have very easily rolled inside the 10-yard line, and so they'll know start from there.
Want to remind you while we have a minute that 2 of the NFL's best rookies face off as league-leading rusher Kareem Hunt and the Chiefs go head-to-head with dynamic young quarterback Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Kansas City versus Houston Sunday night at 7:20 on Chris 6, right after Football Night in America. I can't wait.
I wonder why.
Yeah, more on that later. Gonzalez still the quarterback on 1st down. Pump fake, now throws right side into heavy coverage. Kind of lucky that he got away with that one. That might have been a pick. It was intended for Seth Solis, but he was bracketed.
Well, are you a little surprised that Gonzalez is still in the football game?
I don't know, because, and I don't blame Cody Semper and his staff. I mean, they've played this really close to the vest as to whether David Soto was going to be available, and I don't blame him. I'd have done exactly the same thing, but there would be no reason to move away from Gonzalez right now.
Okay.
He's doing a very good job.
He's doing an excellent job.
He did get lucky with that one, though. That could have been a pick. 2nd and 10 following the incompletion. Sweep coming right side. That's Frank Jones. And the Bluff defense does a great job of just stringing that out laterally, and that gets exactly nothing.
Well, 3rd and long. Flower Bluff defense getting it done so far on this particular drive. No first downs.
All right, so a big 3rd down. Eagles have been amazing at converting 3rd and long tonight. Got a man wide open, and they missed connections. That was intended for Josh Gomez, and maybe Gonzalez pulled the trigger a little too early on that one.
This is going to be their first 3 and out of the night, so a big defensive victory here by Flower Bluff, and they ought to get pretty good, decent field position, although Memorial is punting with the wind, pretty stiff wind behind their back.
Seth Solis, the punter for Memorial, standing inside his 10-yard line. Punt returner is Caden Luke. He's standing at about midfield. The punt is not particularly long and is going to go out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Tonight's game is brought to you by NEC Co-op Energy. To get plain and simple electricity rates for your home or business, visit NECCoOpEnergy.com. We got a timeout on the field, 5:33 remaining before halftime. Eagles lead at 7-0. We thank you for watching Texas High School football, coming to you from Chris Communications.
Mic check 1 2 3 4. Mic check 1 2 3.
After a punt of only 13 yards, Flower Bluff going to have excellent field position, but with 5:33 remaining before halftime, let's throw it down to the field, and the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Nikila Pradier.
Thanks, Paul. Well, you know, before this game, veterans coach Cody Semper made a big point about the balance of Flower Bluff's offense, but as you guys have been talking about, we really haven't seen that. It's been mostly feeding Burlingame, and we've seen Sharon take a couple of pass attempts, but they've both been incomplete. But over on the veteran side, it seems that Coach Semper has full confidence in his young quarterback. I heard him talking to him on the sidelines about looking out for the pressure, avoiding the blitz, and, you know, taking a shot if he has the chance, if he's able to move with his feet and get into a more comfortable position to get a shot down the field. So it's really a tale of two teams right now. We'll see what Flower Bluff is able to do with the first half winding down.
Nikila, thank you. And what they're able to do on first down is a 7-yard gain by Devin Burlingame. So a scoring opportunity for the Hornets, who trail 7-0. 3-man defensive front for the Eagles. Bubble screen coming far side. That's DeAndre Hayes. Nicely executed, got good yardage, got a first down inside the 20 all the way down to the 18-yard line now with 5:04 remaining in this, the first half.
I believe that's his. Is that the first completion tonight, I believe? Yes, it is.
Braden Sharon, the junior quarterback for the Hornets, who's got some family TCU ties that Allen likes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's Hayes on the screen coming back to the near side this time. Gets inside the 15 down to the 13. So for the first time, Hornet offense starting to find a little rhythm.
Yeah, they're in the red zone now. They've been pretty good. They score about 85% of the time when they're inside the 15-yard line.
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Sharon looks to the far sideline as they may be changing the play. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Burlingame, the running back, standing to the right side of Braden Sharon, and we have a whistle. That's the right tackle, Michael Howard, a senior, and that comes at a very inopportune time for the Hornets. Not that there's ever a good one. So that moves the ball back to the 18-yard line, and it means it's second and almost a full 10. Balanced formation, 2 receivers left and right. Burlingame to the right of the quarterback. Here's the snap. Burlingame over left guard. Gets past the first wave, but the linebackers converge at about the 16-yard line. So what looked like a promising play ends up being only a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah, boy, that is a big stop right there for Memorial. So big play here. Got to keep the drive alive.
Braden Sharon with the play clock at 20 and the game clock running with 3:44 left before halftime. Big 3rd down. Sharon wants to look on the right side, now flushes right, looking, throws into the end zone, and actually just kind of throws that one away. It falls incomplete, and now it's going to be 4th down and decision time for Chris Steinbrook and his Flower Bluff Hornets.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to do. They're talking about it. Boy, you almost want to go for the 1st down here if you can.
Well, there'll be no decision to be made because the Eagles commit a very costly personal foul. They had them in a 4th down situation. Instead, it's going to be 1st and goal with the ball down around the 8-yard line.
That's huge. Boy, that's big. That's as big a penalty we've seen tonight.
Don't forget that coming up at halftime, we'll have first half highlights and stats. Nikila Pradier profiles Coach Chris Steinbrook's program at Flower Bluff. And we'll have more as well. Braden Sharon on 1st and goal. Suckley motion across the formation. They'll give it to Burlingame, though, and he stays on his feet. His knee never hit the ground. That's a gain of about 3 down to the 5-yard line, but that's one of the more impressive 3-yard runs you'll see.
That's some power. We got a replay on this one. Check it out. This guy just will not go down. You've got to wrap this guy up. He'll get away from you, and he just keeps on going.
That is a tough young man. 2nd and goal from the 5. Hornets want to get the tie-in touchdown. Sharon will keep it himself, right side inside the 5, and will walk into the end zone. And Braden Sharon from 5 yards out gets the Hornets within 1 point at the moment at 7-6. This becoming the football game we thought it was going to be.
Well, we talked about the fact this guy is so good running the football, reads the defense, finds the open lane, walks in untouched. Oh, they're just an extra point away from tying this football game up. And you got to go back to the penalty. The penalty absolutely cost Vets a touchdown.
Because they would have been in a 4th down situation. Instead, they got a 1st and goal. Here's the PAT. It is on its way. And Fabian Pilares puts it through, and we got a tie ball game, 7-7 with 2:54 remaining before halftime. Back in a moment. We thank you for watching Texas High School football, coming to you from Chris Communications.
Welcome back to Cavanis Field. The Hornets have tied the game, and here's how they did it. Braden Sharon with a 5-yard touchdown run. So, Paul, with 2:54 to play before halftime, we're all deadlocked at 7 apiece.
All right, so Flower Bluff, after some rough early going, they kind of find their sea legs. They're back in the game tied at 7. Start your day with Mike, Jennifer, and McClovio. Get all your local news, your weekend weather forecast, traffic updates, and breaking news as it happens. That's tomorrow starting at 5 a.m. on Chris 6 News Sunrise, my absolute favorite morning news team.
Can I throw a score at you here real quick?
By all means.
We have another game going on tonight at Buccaneers Stadium. Alice leads Ray 12-7 at halftime. A little bit of a surprise here. Coyotes getting it done so far.
Yeah, Ray having a little bit of a tough time as a result of injuries, but if they get everybody healthy, they're still a pretty good football team. So we're tied at 7. Flower Bluff going to kick it off now with 2:54 remaining before halftime. And handling the kickoff chores for the Hornets is Fabian Pilares, who put the PAT through just moments ago. Here's the kickoff. Pretty good one. High end-over-end kick, going to be taken at about the 11-yard line and returned up the middle. This is a pretty good return. This is more than a good return. Has one man to beat, gets into Flower Bluff territory, and that was Frank Jones, one step from taking that one to the house.
Well, I tell you what, he's so deceptive. Let's take another look at it here. And they kick it right to him. And this guy's so dangerous. Kind of darts back, turns on the speed a little bit here, and then they just get him around the ankles, and he's down. Great field position to start this drive for Veterans Memorial.
They're going to move the ball back to the 49-yard line. And by the way, that was Pilares, the kicker, who potentially saved a touchdown there. So Joseph Gonzalez, the sophomore, remains the quarterback. Remember, David Soto, their usual starter, was hurt last week against Miller. There's some feeling that he might be available tonight, but they'd rather not play him, and right now they're doing just fine. That's Frank Jones again on this first down carry, going to get a gain of about 4 with the clock moving and 2:38 remaining in the first half.
Eagles with 2 timeouts left, so they basically got plenty of time here to work with, but they need to get some positive yardage on this next play.
We're tied at 7. Veterans Memorial has missed on a couple of other scoring opportunities, but they have really good field position here at the Hornet 46 late in the second quarter. Play fake. Gonzalez with lots of time throws over the middle and overthrows his intended receiver. That was Josh Gomez, and he was bracketed inside and out. I continue to be impressed by the protection afforded the quarterback, Joseph Gonzalez.
Boy, they've done a remarkable job here. Now it's a huge play. They stop the clock with 2:04. They got to get a first down, or they're going to give the ball back to Flower Bluff with some time left.
3rd and 7. 3 receivers to the near side. Flower Bluff shows blitz. Gonzalez again with time has a man wide open at the 25-yard line, or the 35-yard line, I should say. And that's Matthew Kroll, his second reception on the night, and that was the same play that he had his first reception on, and he was equally wide open.
And that's going to move the chains now, so that gives them a fresh set of downs. Plenty of time, still 2 timeouts in their hip pocket.
Ball spotted at the 34. Clock stopped briefly while they moved the chains.
Ooh.
And that's going to be Frank Jones hit behind the line of scrimmage by a guy that I've just got nothing but good things to say about, the inside linebacker, Javaris Lawson. He is a tackling machine.
I don't know if somebody missed a tackle or not, but boy, he just sliced through there with ease, made a big play.
That's a loss of 4+ yards back to about the 38-yard line. Eagles on 2nd and long. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Jones is the running back in the pistol. Here's Gonzalez. Looks left side. That's going to be picked. Boy, stared that one down. This is going to be a big return. Gonzalez, the quarterback, misses the tackle. You got a convoy. 20, 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone on the long touchdown pick 6. That senior quarterback, Caleb Guajardo, who takes it the distance.
Wow, another big, huge defensive turnover, and he takes it all the way back. Let's take a look at it. You're right. I think he just threw it right to him. Let's take another look. Did he do that? And yes, he did. And then he just turned on the speed. Defense got some good blocks down the sidelines, and he is gone.
Boy, look what you just said. Look at the transition that the Flower Bluff defense made from defense to offense. I mean, they immediately just all became blockers and gave Guajardo that excellent convoy down the right sideline. And so for the first time tonight, Flower Bluff leads it 13-7. Here's the PAT by Pilares. It's good. And this one has turned around with 1:10 remaining before halftime. Our score becomes Flower Bluff 14, Veterans Memorial 7. Back in a moment. You're watching Texas High School football from Chris Communications.
Replay.
Take it.
Welcome back to Cabinets Field. A huge turnaround here. Here's what happened moments ago. Picked off here by Caleb Guajardo. Flower Bluff, he'll take it back 73 yards down the sideline. Just when it looked like Fence was trying to get in there to maybe kick a field goal or a last-second touchdown, Guajardo takes it back all the way. So Paul, Flower Bluff has scored 14 unanswered points and now lead 14-7.
All right, so the Hornets dodged a couple of early bullets as Veterans Memorial maybe left some points on the field. They find themselves trailing now for the first time as Flower Bluff, after the long interception return, leads at 14-7, 49 seconds before halftime. Don't forget that at halftime we're going to have highlights, we're going to have stats. Nikila is going to talk about Chris Steinbrook's amazing program at Flower Bluff. They never rebuild, they just always reload. We will, of course, feature both bands and spirit squads, and we'll get a Chris Six news and weather brief. That's all coming up at halftime.
Looking at some stats right now, Gonzalez so far 8 of 17, but 2 interceptions has hurt him tonight. He threw 1 interception, remember, in the end zone when it looked like we were about to score, then the big pick right here. So, and then the Bluff is going to get the ball to start the second half. So they clearly have the momentum right now.
They do, and let's see what they elect to do here with very little time remaining before halftime. Now, I know, here's the thing. You start looking at this chess match between these coaches. If the situation were reversed, the first thing I was thinking is that Cody Semper right now would go for an onside kick, I almost guarantee you. We'll see what Chris Steinbrook does.
Wow, really? Okay.
Oh, as much as they gamble?
Well, I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, 1:10 remaining before halftime. Pilares kicking it off for the Hornets. Wobbly kick, hits at about the 45-yard line and is taken there. And the return man is quickly snowed under, so we'll see how aggressive the Eagles elect to get with their offensive coordinator, Jerry Prieto, now with 1:07 remaining in the half and trailing for the first time tonight at 14-7.
Yeah, 2 timeouts. They've got plenty of time. What would you say the target line is here for the field goal? Around the 35 is the out is probably?
His long's 50.
Okay.
So that would mean that it would have to be, they'd have to get it to about the 33-yard line.
Okay.
Because you always add 17.
Certainly doable here with 1:07 to go and 2 timeouts.
Gonzalez wants to shake off that mistake. He's still the quarterback for the Eagles. Play fake. They give it to Frank Jones into the secondary. Oh, man, that was a touchdown-saving tackle. Wow. Dylan Byerly kept that one from being 6 points in a hurry.
Boy, you're thinking, well, Memorial's being a little conservative here, but it turns out to be a big gainer.
They'll keep it on the ground to Jones. Gets past the first wave, gets into the linebacker at the second level, and has got a gain of 4 or 5 yards. Clock becomes a factor. It's running with 42 seconds remaining before halftime. And now veterans will elect to take a timeout, and we will keep it right here. So this is kind of a classic stratagem by a coach right before halftime. You go conservative at first, but if you get a big gain and if you get field position, that enables you to be more aggressive.
And they're already, I believe, in field goal range after this big, long run by Frank Jones, who already has tonight 80 yards on 18 attempts. That was a 17-yard run right there by Jones. So, and he gets a lot of them up the middle. That's what's amazing. He just got the power to run over guys.
Well, he got a very strong core, abdominal core, and a very strong lower body. We're seeing two outstanding backs tonight. We're talking about Frank Jones, of course, for the Eagles. Devin Burlingame is also a super strong back. We're seeing two of the really top-level backs in the district. And the interesting thing is both these teams are very deep at running back. They both have excellent backups. Veterans Memorial, Aaron Lugo. And for Flower Bluff, Simeon Wells, those guys would be starting just about anywhere else. All right, so it was a 5-yard gain. So following the timeout, it's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Eagles, trailing by 7 with 39 seconds remaining in the half. Solis in motion. Play fake. They'll throw it over the middle. They've got a completion down at the 20-yard line. They're going to mark it right at the 20. We'll try to get the name and number of the guy who caught that pass. But that was a bullet off the arm of Joseph Gonzalez. That was Kobe Piper on the catch for Veterans Memorial. And now this is a legitimate scoring threat. We do have a flag on the field far side.
I don't think the clock ever ran on that play.
Okay, that's a good job of explanation by the referee, Robert Newton. Here's essentially what happened. That motion made it an illegal formation, so the end man on the line of scrimmage was an ineligible receiver. He got downfield. They caught him, and that is a costly penalty. Moves it all the way back to the 38-yard line. Remember, that completion carried down to the 20. Gonzalez at quarterback from the pistol. Deep drop this time. Has throws, takes a big hit, gets it deep downfield. Diving attempt, just incomplete. That's pretty good football. Look at Gonzalez hang in there and throw it deep and take the hit. The intended receiver, J.P. Newman, and that was outstanding coverage by cornerback Caleb Guajardo. That's the guy that took the pick six to the house moments ago.
Let's take another look at it. It's an absolute perfect pass. And look at, he stretches out and almost hauled that football in.
But ultimately, it's incomplete.
They need about, 7-8 yards to get in field goal range here.
Let's say the 33. So, yeah, you're just about right. This is 3rd and 11. Gonzalez with a very deep drop, trying to set the screen. Looks right side, gets it to Jones, complete, turns the corner, has the first down around the 25-yard line. Now, remember that the clock will stop at least briefly while they move the chains. Good call, good execution, gain of 13.
Exactly what they were looking for.
Gonzalez quickly will spike the ball and clock it, and that'll stop the clock with 13 and a half seconds remaining in the half. So, yeah, Alan, they're now solidly in field goal range, but they don't really want to settle for that. They got a chance to take a shot into the end zone.
Yeah, this is huge. They certainly want to tie the ball game going into the locker room. That would shift the momentum back to their side. Let's see what happens. One timeout left.
All right, so from the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Gonzalez, bubble screen, trick play, lateral. That's Jones. My goodness, let's just get out in the parking lot on Saturday morning and have some fun.
That's what they're doing. How do you describe this one?
A bubble screen reverse lateral. That's about as close as I can get.
So now you've got to kick the field goal.
Well, I don't know. You know, it's 3rd down, and how much time do we have?
4
left?
seconds.
Is it only 4 seconds? Okay, if that being the case, yeah, I guess you're right. And they got the guy who conceivably could do it, because so far this has been the best kicker in the district Romario Perez, he is perfect on the year. I mean perfect. He's hit all of his PATs. He is 30 for 30. He's also 3 for 3 in field goals with a long of 50.
Now Semper is very upset over something here. I think he wanted a call and didn't get it.
All right, so yeah, we'll see the field goal attempt, and this is going to be a 35-yarder. They'll put it down at the 25. It's on the left hash mark. That's a little bit tough for a right-footed soccer-style kicker, but this guy is good. Romario Perez. Man, he doesn't even blink. He just rocketed that thing through the uprights. And what an emotional lift that is for Veterans Memorial as they get points right before halftime to close within 4 at 14-10.
Yeah, take another look at it. These kickers don't get enough publicity. He just slams it home. There was no doubt about that. That would have been good from 55, I think.
Boy, he has got a really live leg. We were watching him in warm-ups. He is just such a confident kicker. And there was never a moment's hesitation there. So we've got a really good ball game. Veterans Memorial missed a couple of early scoring opportunities. They cashed one in. They took a 7-0 lead. The Hornets came back with 14 unanswered points, including that long interception pick 6 by Caleb Guajardo. And now right before halftime, Veterans Memorial counters with a field goal, and we're at 14-10 with just 1 second and a couple of ticks remaining before halftime.
So many big plays on offense, defense, special teams, you name it. We've seen already about 5 trick plays from Veterans Memorial tonight. I'm sure Flower Bluff has got a few in their hip pocket whenever they need them. And remember, they're going to get the ball to start the second half, so that's going to be key right there.
Yes, it is. Here's the kickoff, and they'll kick it deep. And why not? When you got a leg like that, it's just a touchback. Now keep in mind that since it's a touchback, the clock did not start. So we got 1.6 remaining before intermission. Alan, this was kind of settling in. You know, we saw some early nerves, I thought, on the part of both teams, really, but this now is becoming the heavyweight championship slugfest that we both thought it was going to be coming into this game.
And we teased the fact the winner of this game is going to have the inside track from the South Zone to possibly make it all the way to the district title game. This will certainly give them the inside edge, that's for sure.
Okay, you can tell by formation that, of course, Flower Bluff is just going to take a knee. That'll do it. We've played 24. This is a good football game. So happy you're with us. Our score at halftime, the Flower Bluff Hornets 14, the Eagles from Veterans Memorial 10. We're going to keep it right here. So, Alan Harwell, your overall impressions of half number 1.
Well, it is a game of missed opportunities for Veterans Memorial in that first quarter. They could have easily been up, well, I won't say easily, but they had the opportunities to be up 21-0, but they penalties and some drop passes hurt them a little bit, and Flower Bluff kept hanging in there. They kept waiting for their chance. They got it, and boom, they got it done.
Okay, with that, and with the Hornets leading 14-10 as we begin the halftime festivities, let's throw it down to the field and the third member of our broadcast team, Nikila Pradier.
Well, Coach Steinbrook, we saw Vets get the field goal at the end of the half, but otherwise some impressive play from your defense, including the pick 6. Tell me what you've seen from them that's really impressed you so far in this first half.
You know, we've been a little bit, they've been moving the ball, but we've been, playing well in the red zone, and with the exception of the trick play, I feel like our defense is playing very good.
Yeah, for sure. Now it looks like, again, they're going to continue to give the ball a lot to Frank Jones, but they're also letting the sophomore quarterback air it out. So what do you see in the second half defensively that you really need to crank up there?
We just got to do a good job, in the box, containing Frank Jones because he's such a good running back. And then, defensively, we got to mix our looks a little better. They're doing a good job of throwing the hitch route to the outside receiver. So we got to do a good job of mixing up our coverages and disguising some looks defensively. And then we just got to control the line of scrimmage offensively in the second half. We haven't been able to move the ball, and it's a credit to them. They're playing great defense, but we just got to step up and make plays in the second half.
Okay, good luck in the second half, Coach. Thank you. All right, we'll be back with more of Flower Bluff's band, and Paul and Alan will have have a look at some first half highlights and stats. You're watching Texas High School football on Chris Communications.
Officers include Lieutenant Junior Elizabeth Sarge, Captain Junior Mallory, Second Major Senior Taylor Rodriguez, First Major Junior Ashlyn Sneed, and the 2017-2018 Colonel Senior Miranda Cabral. Senior Rodriguez is freshman Ashley Widow. The group will perform a palm routine to wrap up the Flower Bluff High School senior line.
All right, welcome back to Cavanis Field. Texas high school football. Flower Bluff leads 14-10 here at the half. And here is how we got there. Veterans Memorial with a nice fake right there. That was Frank Jones on the touchdown pass as he would hit. Actually, that's the touchdown right there to number 4, John Newman, and this gave Vets a 7-0 lead. Back comes Flower Bluff. This is Braden Sheridan. This is in the second quarter. It's a 5-yard run up the middle. Now we're tied at 7. So we head to the second quarter, and this is a big play here on defense for Flower Bluff. The ball is going to be picked off. That is Caleb Guajardo. He's going to take it back 73 yards. Got a convoy of blockers right there. So this would give them a 14-7 lead. The momentum is shifting big time at this point in the football game. And then Memorial, they would get a field goal right before halftime. Romaro Perez from 35 yards splits the uprights, and that's where we stand right now. Bluff leads by a score of 14-10.
Perez is an amazing kicker. This is Veterans Memorial's 6th game, and he has yet to miss. He is 30 for 30 on PATs and now 4 for 4 on field goals. You know, we love high school football. We love everything about it. We love the community involvement. We love the school involvement. We know there are a lot of people who work really, really hard aside and apart from the football team. We want to showcase these people, give you a chance to see them do what they do. We know their parents and neighbors are so proud of them. So let's go down to the field and pick up a little bit of the Flower Bluff Band and Spirit Squad.
Taylor Watson and Sophie Carnes. The Hornets will perform a portion of the 2017 UIL show entitled Out of Darkness. Soloists tonight are Don Sawyer, Natalie Anderson, Andy Burnett, Michael Thompson, and Andy Reyes.
All right, boy, the Flower Bluff Hornet band. Well, they sound great tonight. We're at halftime right now, and the Hornets lead the Eagles 14-10. Let's check in now with Nikila Pretier, who's got a great story on the Flower Bluff Hornets football team. Nikila.
Well, thanks, Alan. And we figured we would have a battle on our hands tonight. We certainly do. Obviously, this is a much different scenario from last year when Flower Bluff beat Veterans 70-6. Now, the Hornets lost 11 starters from that team that helped them to that blowout win. Yet, here's Flower Bluff entering this game seemingly stronger than they were in 2016. Remember, they were just 1-4 entering that game against Vets last year. And Coach Chris Steinbrook told me that the depth of the talent in his program simply allows his team to pick up where it left off. The buzz around the Hornets isn't a secret. In fact, Dave Campbell's Texas Football is picking Flower Bluff to again win the South Zone in District 35A. And they're off to an impressive 4-0 start with some big changes to their roster.
Defensively, we replaced a lot of guys, but we had some good talent at our sub-varsity teams.
Coach Chris Steinbrook says a big focus during the offseason was working hard with those players they gained instead of focusing on who they lost.
We didn't let that stop us for sure. We had that in the mindset going through the summer, and it just put more fuel in the fire for us to work harder in the summer and this offseason for sure.
I think we're just more of a family this year. We have a bunch of seniors, and I feel like we get together along. More communication.
That communication is paying off on the field. The Hornets' D has been effective at protecting leads stacked up by Flower Bluff's high-powered offense. And although 8 offensive starters returned, there is a new guy behind center, quarterback Braden Sharon. At 5'10", he gives Flower Bluff a different look at that position compared to the Hornets' recent starting QBs, but his smaller stature comes with lots of versatility.
Being able to run and throw, having a really good O-line helps me a lot. I mean, I really don't think size is going to affect abilities.
Now Sharon and his teammates look to turn up the intensity with all-important zone play underway.
Everybody's 0-0, and you know we've been around long enough to understand that the next game is the most important game, and our kids are going to be ready.
Well, clearly you can see there's a lot of Hornet pride in Flower Bluff. And coming up next, we're going to see some Eagle pride when the band from Veterans Memorial takes the field here at Cabinets. Thanks for joining us. You're watching Texas High School football on Chris Communications.
Halftime at Cabinets, where Flower Bluff has come back after an early 7-0 deficit to take a 14-10 halftime lead over the Veterans Memorial Eagles. We're very much enjoying this performance by the Flower Bluff Band and pep squads and drill teams and spirit squads. Everybody's involved. It's the beauty of high school football. Coming up in just a few minutes, we will, of course, check in with the equally wonderful Veterans Memorial Eagle Band. But right now, we've got some halftime stats for you as I'm joined by my partner, Alan Harwell.
Yeah, these are very interesting. Memorial has really done well on the ground tonight. 102 yards, a lot of those coming in the first two drives. And passing yards, 135, total 237. But look at the bottom number. That's huge, isn't it? The 2 turnovers.
Well, because what that represents is points that, as they say, went a-wasting, because Memorial had some real opportunities to maybe take a 2 or even 3 score lead early in the game, and between the turnovers and a bunch, in fact 5 procedure penalties, that really held them down, allowing Flower Bluff to get back in the game. Now, if you look at these rushing totals, Flower Bluff with 87 rushing yards. Now, that's not bad, but that's way below their normal pace. I'm a little surprised they haven't had more success on the ground. On the other hand, this Eagle rush defense has been great through 5.5 ball games.
Yeah, they have been so good, and Flower Bluff has done a good job of not turning the ball over. So right now they clearly have the momentum at 14-10.
What do you think about the performance of Eagles sophomore quarterback Joseph Gonzalez? You know, he's filling in for David Soto, who may or may not be available. He's had kind of an up and down first half, but he is not, as they say, hurting for talent. You can tell this guy is already solid, and he's going to be a very good quarterback.
Yeah, you can tell he got a lot of reps with the first team during this week. He knew he was going to get some playing time. And, yeah, a little nervous, probably first couple of drives, but he's settled in. He's thrown some really good passes. Seth Solis is doing another marvelous job catching the football and
throwing a touchdown pass.
That's right. I credited Frank Jones, so I want to go back and let everybody know that was Seth Solis who threw that touchdown pass. So, and so many, 5 trick plays in the first half alone? Unbelievable.
At least.
Yeah.
You know, and really, we saw that same kind of aggressive nature on the part of their offense last week when we did their game against Miller, a game that the Eagles won 49-12.
I love their style of play. They're fun to watch.
All right, so we've got about 13 minutes remaining before we go back to play. When we come back, we are, of course, going to check in with the Veterans Memorial Band and Spirit Squads. But right now, coming up, a news and weather update from the Chris 6 Newsroom. You're watching Texas High School Football, brought to you by Chris Communications.
Ladies and gentlemen, Veterans Memorial High School is proud to present for your halftime entertainment the Starline Drill Team, accompanied by Eagle Band. Led on the field by Captain Michael Brown, Captain Allison Sizzle, Captain Raymond Holmes, Captain Isabel Garcia. Captain Hayes Garcia. Captain John Hyman. Captain Alyssa Montano. Captain Noel Mayo. Colonel Alyssa Reyes. Star of the Week is Megan Mola. Star under the direction of Ms. Caitlin Gonzalez. And now for your entertainment, Starline will perform a fast jazz routine to Your Lips Are Moving.
All right, welcome back to Texas High School football. We're live at Cabinets Field. It's halftime, and the Hornets lead the Eagles 14-10. It's been a great football game. Let's head down to the field right now. We got the Veterans Memorial Band putting on a show. Let's see what they got for us.
Section of the week is the saxophone section. And this evening the band will perform their UIL contest show titled Bound.
some wonderful instrumental music provided by the Veterans Memorial Band. How about vocal music? How about The Voice? The blind auditions continue as vocalists from across the country compete to be The Voice. Miley Cyrus returns as a coach this season with Oscar winner Jennifer Hudson alongside returning coaches Adam Levine and Blake Shelton. That's The Voice, Monday at 7 p.m. on Chris 6. We love bringing you these football games, and we got another one to do. We're talking about the 35A championship game coming up on November 9th. The best high school football teams in the Coastal Bend battle for supremacy as the North and South Zone winners go head-to-head for the district championship. Watch that championship game November 9th right here on the CW, and also streaming live on the Chris 6 News Facebook page. You know, Alan, all of us who have the privilege of being involved in high school athletics, we want to do right by these young men and women and by their families, and that's why you and I take things like name pronunciations very, very seriously, because we know people have families. We know they're understandably and should be proud of their name, and I kicked one in the first half. So mea culpa, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa, that wonderful inside linebacker. And by the way, he is a tremendous football player for Flower Bluff. I mispronounced his name. It is, in fact, Corey Mayak. And some nice lady called the station, which I appreciate and respect, and said, tell that Alexander guy to get it right.
Yeah,
so I'm going to from here on out.
We interviewed him yesterday. We showed him on the sports. And, in fact, Nikila had her in her story at halftime, and he's a senior, and he's a great player. I want to bring up one thing real quick, if I could. We did the team stats earlier. I just wanted to mention real quick on Flower Bluff side rushing. We've talked so much about Devin Burlingame. He's got 11 carries for 41 yards, but he's been out rushed by Braden Sharon. Only 5 carries, but he's got 46 yards and a touchdown tonight.
You know, the other thing I'm wondering is that I mentioned the fact that the wonderful kind of hybrid player, wide receiver, tight end for Flower Bluff, I'm talking about their starter. This guy is such a good player, Brendan Suckley, 6'2", I should say, 215, and is really, really a combination of speed and power. I mentioned the fact that he didn't practice yesterday.
Right.
You know, the coaching staff understandably didn't want to tell us exactly what was going on. It looked like he just didn't feel well. He was on the sideline. They were coaching him up. They were giving him mental reps. But he has not been maybe as big a factor in this first half as we might have suspected.
Yeah, no catches tonight. He's still he's waiting for his first catch, and I've got a feeling he's going to get it early in this third quarter. We talked about Seth Solis's, great catches. He's got 4 catches for 45. Remember, 3 of those came on the first 2 drives. Only 1 catch since.
Okay, we talk about moves and counter moves and halftime adjustments. Early on, the young quarterback, Joseph Gonzalez for the Eagles, only a sophomore, getting this start tonight in place of the injured David Soto. Alan, he was getting unbelievable pass protection. I mean, he had time to kind of read his mail back there. And in the second quarter, Flower Bluff started coming with a lot of multiple blitzes to get more pressure on him. So the cat and mouse game between these two coaches in the third quarter is going to be really fun to watch.
Gonzalez, 9 of 21, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. You wonder if maybe Semper talked to Soto at halftime, you think, maybe in the locker room? What do you think?
I don't know. That's an open question. First of all, we don't know for sure what level of availability he has right now.
Okay.
So, but on the other hand, you're in a 14-10 ball game. I don't think you can pin the fact that you're behind on the quarterback. Yes, I know he threw the pick 6. By the way, in a situation like that, you see a quarterback throw an interception, and you see him throw it into a space, and you see him throw it between receivers, and you just automatically make the assumption that it's the quarterback's fault. It may not have been.
Yeah, and here it is again. Yeah, you never know. It could be a wrong route was run. Maybe the quarterback, the receiver weren't on the same page. But here we go. And now with Flower Bluff getting the football to start the second half, that balance is really going to come into play now, right? A little bit of run, a little bit of pass, you think? Because they ran the ball a lot. In fact, that's all they did for most of the first half.
Yeah, again, I want to give credit to the rush defense of Veterans Memorial. This is a big old offensive line that Flower Bluff has, and they can really thump, and Burlingame is as good as it gets, and for the most part, they have kept that Hornet rushing game pretty much in check, although Flower Bluff does lead 14-10 as we go back to play and begin quarter number 3. You know, Alan, we were referencing the breeze earlier, and we had a truly stiff wind coming out of the south before the ball game started. It's still kind of breezy here, but it's calmed down a lot and is not nearly as big a factor as it was early in the ball game. Right now, let's send it down to the sideline, and the third member of our crew, Nikila Pradier.
Hey guys, we didn't have a chance to chat with Coach Semper. He had to head off to the field, but if you look to the side of me, just a few seconds ago, quarterback David Soto was warming up again. We saw him suffer that gruesome leg injury last week, but so far, Joseph Gonzalez has been pretty solid, the sophomore, in the first half, despite the 2 interceptions. So it's unclear if we'll see Soto or not, but again, he was warming up on the sidelines, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, depending on how close this game stays. Paul and Alan.
Nikila, thank you very much. So with the aid of that south breeze, the kickoff is a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. And as Alan mentioned, Flower Bluff, which leads by 4, gets the ball to start the third quarter. Junior Braden Sharon has gone all the way at quarterback for the Hornets. Devin Burlingame is the running back standing to his left. Twin receivers to the near side. Play fake, throw deep down the seam. That is caught by Brandon Suckley, and Brendan Suckley takes it all the way down to the 35-yard line. We were just talking about him. We were wondering where he is. Well, there he is. A gain of 38.
And we had talked about the fact he would probably make his presence known early in the third quarter. And here we go. That's a great pass, great catch, and a tremendous run after the catch, too.
Man, that guy is, like I said, a load. He is a big, strong man, and he can really motor. Carries all the way down to the 36-yard line. Trips to the near side this time. That's Burlingame coming right. Now puts a foot in the ground, cuts it up off right tackle. Got a good gain of about 5 down to about the 31. And Flower Bluff, leading by 4, immediately takes the second half kickoff, and they got something going.
Yeah, they've got some rejuvenated energy I see here to start the third quarter.
You know, they're looking at 2nd and 5, something they did not see a lot of in the first half. Life gets a lot easier when you're looking at 2nd and 5. Sharon gives it off. That's Burlingame. Cracks inside the 30, down just inside the 29-yard line. This is a big offensive line for the Hornets, left to right. Andres Barrientos, James Bagnell, John Jensen, the center, the right guard, Simon Aleman, and Michael Howard is the right tackle. 3rd and a short 3. Sharon from the pistol. Zone read, play fake. That's Suckley, complete to the 10-yard line before he's finally dragged down. Man, when he finds that seam and gets vertical, that is lethal.
Yeah, Suckley came to play down the third quarter. That's a 19-yard catch. It's a great pass, too, from Sharon. And, man, all of a sudden, the passing game is clicking here for Flower Bluff.
And Sharon looking more and more confident. He's going to keep. Right side, turns it up inside the 10. Knee hasn't hit yet. They're going to mark him down and out at about the 8-yard line. I know you are the world's biggest TCU fan, and that quarterback, Braden Sharon, has some Horned Frog ties.
His dad played, he played linebacker for the Horned Frogs back in the day, and Sharon, pretty proud of his dad, is, you know, putting on a show right now.
All right, so the Hornets trying to extend what is already a 4-point lead.
That number 78 right there, by the way, that he's listed 320. Bucknell, is that his name?
James Bagnell.
Bagnell, okay.
Play fake. Sharon into the end zone, got a man, and has a touchdown. C.J. Evaristo, the senior, on the touchdown catch for the Hornets.
Man, that's a perfect drive down the field. No incompletions, just throwing bullets one after another. Here's another look at it, and he gets it away right before, and that's a nice catch in the back of the end zone.
Evaristo with excellent concentration because he had some hands and arms kind of obstructing his view there. That was a 75-yard drive following the second half kickoff. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. PAT attempt coming. And that's Fab Pilares who puts it through, and with that, Flower Bluff extends its lead to 11. Right now, the Hornets 21, the Veterans Memorial Eagles 10, 9:32 remaining in quarter number 3. Back in a moment. We thank you for, we do have a flag on the play. We'll keep it here while they sort it out. It was declined. It was offside on Veterans Memorial, so much ado about nothing. So let's throw it to break. We thank you for watching Texas High School football, coming to you from Chris Communications. Tonight's game is brought to you by NEC Co-op Energy. To get plain and simple electricity rates for your home or business, visit NECCoopEnergy.com. Highlights time, and my partner, Alan Harwell.
All right, the Bluff, they stretch their lead now, 21-10. They drive it 75 yards on this possession, and look at the play here, the long pass, Brandon Suckley. We talked about him at halftime, no catches. He had 2 big catches on this drive, and here's the biggest catch of the drive right here. Sharon finds Christopher Evaristo back of the end zone. A great catch. Take another look at it. They got the PAT, so now with 9:32 to play in the third chapter, it's 21-10. Flower Bluff starting to pull away a little bit, huh?
Alan, you referenced this, but that touchdown catch was really a little tougher than it looked. That was a fine grab. Here's the kickoff. Going to be taken by one of the upmen who takes a knee at the 22-yard line. So let's see how Veterans responds. They started out tonight like the proverbial house of fire, took a 7-0 lead, maybe should have been up a couple of scores, and then Flower Bluff just kind of hung in there, and they have reestablished some momentum, and now some of their superior size seems to be asserting itself a little bit.
Yeah, and Suckley came out and made a couple of big catches. Burlingame had a couple of big running plays. And Sharon, he was 3 for 3 on that drive. He was absolutely pinpoint perfect.
That was a flawless drive. So now the Hornets, who are 5-0 and have been winning games by an average margin of 52-8, trail by 11 at 21-10. The sophomore Gonzalez still in at quarterback. Rolls to his left, now pulls up, throws over the middle. It is incomplete. It was intended for Kobe Piper. And now you can see the linebackers and secondary for Flower Bluff starting to get much more comfortable.
All right, so the 21 points that Vets has given, that's a high for this year.
It absolutely is.
Given up.
So following the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10. Frank Jones in the pistol behind the quarterback, Gonzalez. Zone read give. Not much happening. He'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And once again, Vets is going to be looking at 3rd and long. Nice stop by defensive tackle Jordan Morales. So Memorial has been amazing at converting 3rd and 10 tonight. So they've had plenty of experience as they're looking at yet another one. Ball at the 24. 4-man defensive front for the Bluff. Now they show blitz. They back off. Throw over the middle. It's complete. Receiver trying to get first down yardage. That's Josh Gomez. He's going to be really, really close. We're going to have to check the spot. Maybe a little short. And man, they didn't even hesitate. If it is in fact fourth down,
it's a first. Yeah, they gave it to him.
Okay. Okay, the official was decisive about it, which is all you ask. And we got to change a quarterback. Check it out. The junior, David Soto, in at quarterback for the Eagles, trying to rally his team from an 11-point deficit. Jones, the running back, gets it right up the middle, gets across the 35 to the 37.
Junior on the carry, tackle number 50, Coco Goldie.
Game of about 2, 2nd and 8 as we approach the 8-minute mark here in the third quarter. Trips receivers to the near side of the field. That's the short side as well. 4-man defensive front. Here's Soto on the keep after the fake to Jones. Gets across the 40, gets to the 45-yard line, and that play is absolutely going to clear for a first down.
That's what he does so well, Paul. He runs with just abandon. He can do so much damage with his legs, so much damage with his arm. Just a great all-around quarterback.
Okay, so this time the Eagles will even up the formation as they send 2 receivers to the left side, 2 receivers to the right. Play clock at 14. Soto coming off that knee and ankle injury a week ago. Sweep coming far side. That's Frank Jones, who is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He was thrown for a loss of 1, taken down again by that stellar inside linebacker, Javaris Lawson.
Boy, he has made his presence known tonight on Frank Jones. He's like spying Frank Jones all over the field tonight. Jones had 71 yards in the first half, so he's got 20 carries trying to get that 100-yard mark again.
2nd and 11. Hornets maybe showing blitz. They get out of it. Soto, deep drop, looking to set a screen, retreats. There was nothing happening there. That screen pass was fully diagnosed, and Soto did the wise thing and essentially just threw it into the ground. There was nothing there.
Bluff just pinning their ears back now. They're coming after him big time. They know they got to throw the football on 3rd and 11. They know they're going to come after him hard on this play.
But you know what? There was some cat and mouse there too, because one of the reasons they called the screen is because they were anticipating blitz. The Bluff showed blitz. They ran the screen. They got out of the blitz, and they were able to pursue and take down the ball carrier. The game inside the game. 3rd and 11.
Zipper calls timeout.
Well, he had to because that play clock was about to hit 0. So we'll keep it right here. The Tonight Show, actress and model Gal Gadot, best known for her role as Wonder Woman, talks to Jimmy about hosting Saturday Night Live this week. Plus, the voice coach and singer Miley Cyrus performs on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. That's The Tonight Show. That would be tonight at 10:35 on Chris 6.
All right, what do you do now? What do you dial up here? 3rd and 11. You don't know how healthy Soto is. You're not sure what he can do tonight, what he cannot do. We did see him run a little bit earlier. Looked pretty effective on the run play.
Well, a play that's been successful for them tonight, meaning Veterans Memorial, is they've rolled their quarterback to the left side. They run a clear out route and then run an out underneath that. And they actually have completed that a couple of times. Matthew Paul, in particular, has converted 2 first downs. But on the other hand, it's one of those deals where you know that they know that you know. So you may not go back to the well. Third and 11. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. 3-man defensive front for the Hornets. Maybe a blitz coming off the edge. Motion now across the formation. It's a counter play. Frank Jones Going to get back to the line of scrimmage plus a yard, but that's just about it. That was really snuffed out nicely by Tanner Campbell.
Huge stop by Flower Bluff. That's going to force the punt now.
That's Solis, the punter, standing back about his 30-yard line. And the punt return man is Caden Luke. Luke standing back at about his 22. Clock running, 6:15 left before the end of the third quarter. Spread punt formation. Good snap. Punt away cleaner. It's going to hit at about the 28-yard line and continue to roll inside the 20, inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line. We'll take a break. 5:52 remaining in the third quarter. Flower Bluff leads Veterans Memorial 21-10. We thank you for watching Texas High School football, coming to you from Chris Communications. Back to play. Hornets, 1st and 10 from their 13-yard line. They took the second half kickoff, drove it 75 yards for a score, and they lead by 11 at 21-10. Braden Sharon, the quarterback, gives it off to Devin Burlingame on that zone read mesh. Burlingame is a really strong guy from the waist down. You see him move the pile there? There wasn't much there, Al.
He's done that on several occasions tonight, and they like him. He's just a good up-the-middle runner.
I'm posing this as a question. This is not a statement. Do you think that the Memorial defense is starting to get a little fatigued?
I think they are. It's a humid night, hot, humid. I mean, they've been on the field a lot of the second quarter and most of this third quarter.
Here's Sharon, the quarterback, floats right side looking for Suckley. It's a completion. He's got it, tries to make a move, stays on his feet out at about the 25-yard line and has the first down. So Brendan Suckley, who was almost invisible in the first half, has dominated the early stages of the third quarter.
Sharon has yet to throw an incomplete pass here in the second half. He's getting it done and moving those chains and keeping the ball away from Memorial. Boy, another score here is going to make it tough for Vets to come back.
Sharon, the quarterback, ball on the near hash. That's Burlingame. That's into the secondary. That's his most assertive run of the night, all the way out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 14 and another first down. He was not kidding. There was no hesitation.
And you know, you think of him being a big guy, but he's pretty fast for as big as he is. And look at him. He just picks up that first down, moves the chains again.
Goes about $185, and as I said, has a very, very strong lower body. This time standing to the left is the quarterback, Sharon. Twin receivers to the near side, four-man defense at front. Burlingame again, the right side. Excellent job of convergence by the Eagle defense. They didn't look tired there as they threw Burlingame for a yard loss. Nice play by left end Tristan Cavazos.
Boy, you know the veterans would love to just force a turnover here. They haven't been able to pull one off yet tonight. They need one here. They really do to stop this Flower Bluff momentum.
Well, they got him in 2nd and 11. Again, twin receivers to the near side. That's the short side. Little trickeration on the part of the Hornets this time. Reverse, coming far side, cuts it up, getting close to the stakes, keeps fighting, and that second and third effort will likely get the first down. That's Jacob Solis on the reverse for the Hornets.
Yeah, that was a great play. First really kind of a trick play we've seen from Flower Bluff tonight. And it looked like for a minute he might not get past the line of scrimmage, but some great blocking by the quarterback. Sharon allowed him to get out there and go. That's a 12-yard pickup.
Eagles defense lost contain on that one. Always got to turn it back inside.
But old Sharon, you see him? He looked like he blocked 2 guys.
He absolutely did. Set him up very, very nicely. So ball into Eagle territory at the 49. Hornets trying to add to their 11-point lead. Deep ball, left side. What a wonderful adjustment. That is a great catch that's made by senior Taggart Peel. That was a really difficult adjustment that he made to that ball.
He really did. Let's take another look at it. Paul, you called it right. He's going to make a great adjustment here. Floats it up there. He got 3 defenders and brings it down on the 27-yard gainer. Wow.
Nice.
Again, Sharon has not thrown an incomplete pass yet here in the second half.
First down from the 21. Burlingame into the secondary, inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line, and this offensive line for the Hornets really starting to thump. That was Simeon Wells actually on the carry this time. As I said, he's their backup running back. He would start just about anywhere else.
Yeah, he's got to take advantage of his playing time, and he's got to make the most of it. He did right there.
Sharon gives it to Wells. He's got big yards inside the 10, down the 5, keeps moving, moves the pile. That is one of the more impressive runs you will see as Simeon Wells keeps moving and crosses the goal line. That was a statement, a 17-yard touchdown run.
Well, how do you like to be able to bring a guy off the bench who hasn't played all night long, comes in, makes a big run, and then right there drags about 7 vets into the end zone with you? Just look at this. This guy just refuses to go down.
Yeah, that's their backup running back. Look at how many people made contact with him. My unofficial count is 6. Most impressive. Okay, so offsetting unsportsmanlike following the touchdown. So Polaris on for the PAT, puts his foot in it, he drills it, and after falling behind early, it is now, at least for the moment, all Flower Bluff as they extend their lead to 28-10, 2:59 remaining in the third quarter. Back in a moment. We thank you for watching Texas High School football from Chris Communications.
All right, welcome back to Cavanis Field. The Hornets have scored again. Here's how they did it. This is the one that set it up. This is the shared pass to Taggart Peel that makes a great adjustment. And then just a couple plays later, it is Simeon Wells. He's going to run over and carry several vet would-be tacklers for the score. So, Paul, Flower Bluff has outscored veterans now 28-3 since the second quarter.
And again, Veterans Memorial got to be kicking themselves because, yeah, they led 7-0, but they could have been up 14-0 or maybe even 21-0. Let's go to the sidelines and Nikita Pradier. All right, we'll get back to Nikila in just a moment. By the way, on that great catch by Taggart Peel, that adjustment, the cornerback for Veterans Memorial, Gavin Wilkinson, had excellent coverage. That was just a great catch. Short kickoff. Now, did the return man have a knee down when he caught the ball? They say that he didn't. Looked pretty close. He ends up being an impressive return out across the 45-yard line. So now let's go to Nikila Pradier.
All right, thank you, Paul. On that last drive, we saw Coach Cody Semper use both the sophomore quarterback Joseph Gonzalez as well as his usual starter David Soto. Now, I did hear Coach Semper chatting with Soto on the sideline, so it definitely sounds like he's planning to use him, if not go to him fully. He asked him how his knee, how his leg was feeling. Soto said it was doing okay, and in his words, he told his quarterback, let's go get this win. So we'll see what this next drive looks like from the Eagles, Paul and Allen.
Well, one thing that Soto has not looked at this year is an 18-point deficit, and that's what he sees through the crosshairs of his face mask right now with 2:52 remaining in the third quarter. Motion across the formation to the near side, and yet again a whistle in a place where you would suspect the sixth procedure penalty against the Eagles. Well, it's procedure in part. I would say that delay of game, running out of time on the play clock, is a procedural mistake. So the 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 15 back at the 40-yard line. Eagles pretty much have to have something before the end of the third quarter. This time they'll send trips receivers to the near side. That's the left side. The guy nearest the quarterback is Josh Gomez. Aaron Lugo now in the ballgame at running back for the Eagles, and he'll get this carry on 1st and 15, only going to get about one. Going to be 2nd and long, and the Eagles have been looking at far too many of those, Alan.
They can't get the running game going all of a sudden. They have been able to even Frank Jones has been bottled up here since midway through the second quarter. Flower Bluff's made some tremendous adjustments on their defensive front there. They're stopping the run now.
2nd and 14, clock moving with 2:22 remaining in the third. 4-man defensive front for the Hornets. Zone read, keep. This is Soto running with that injured leg, but man, he shows some courage there. He actually took a pretty good shot to the thigh pad there, and he's got some yardage out to about the 49-yard line, but it's still going to be 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, if you're a vet fan, you kind of got to be holding your breath on plays like this because you just don't want it to hurt it any worse than what it is already.
Here we go on 3rd down. That is Frank Jones up the middle, and he is going to be shy of the first down by about 2 yards. Now, keep in mind, it's an 18-point ball game, and all night long we have seen that Veterans has no misgivings about going for it on 4th down. 4th and a long 2. Oh, my goodness. It's a play fake. They throw it out to the receiver. That is Josh Gomez. Now, did his knee hit? We're going to have to see where they mark it. They do mark it as a first down. So that was a great fake there. I tell you what, Jones carried out the fake and really got blown up. Soto gets it out to the wide receiver Gomez. He does a nice job of at least getting it past the sticks there. So the drive continues with the ball at the Flower Bluff 43-yard line.
Boy, great call. Great call.
Yes, it was. Keep this time. And nothing going on there. Matter of fact, they're going to lose a full yard.
They were lucky to get the ball back there after they dropped it.
Well, no kidding. It's always alarming to see that ball rolling around on the green. Man, I just can't say enough good things about Flower Bluff inside linebacker Javaris Lawson. He is a disruptive force.
He's the one that made the big hit when he thought Frank Jones had the ball a moment ago. He thought he had himself a big play.
Here's Jones coming right side, gets the perimeter, turns the corner, and gets down around the 36-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down, but it's manageable now at 3rd and about 3. That may have been the final play of the third quarter. Looks like the Eagles in no hurry. We're running inside 10 seconds, and that will be the case. So we played 36 minutes here at Cabinets, and our score after 3 quarters, Flower Bluff has come back to take a 28-10 lead over the Eagles from Veterans Memorial. Back with quarter number 4 in a moment. You're watching Texas High School football from Chris Communications. Back for quarter number 4. Tonight's game is brought to you by these sponsors. We thank you very, very much. Unofficial total yardage totals after 3 quarters. Although Veterans Memorial trails by 18, they still have a slight advantage in total yards, 270 to 264. 3rd and 3. Soto looks left side, sets a screen to Seth Solis, and that is that man again. That man being Javaris Lawson. This is one good-looking linebacker.
Yeah, if you're looking for a defensive player in the game tonight, he's got to be the leading candidate right now. He's all over the place. Well, they made some great adjustments at halftime. Flower Bluff, their defensive coordinator, has really turned this thing upside down.
A complete and total turnaround from what we were seeing early in the first quarter when the Eagles looked at times unstoppable. They're looking at 4th down, 4th and a full 6, almost 7. Soto, the quarterback, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. That is Frank Jones, their running back. And they've got some confusion, or at least, I say confusion, they may actually have been just kind of looking at that defense, seeing if they were going to get the look they wanted. They didn't. They take the delay penalty, and that changes things. Now you punt it away.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it really is. Let's take another look at Lawson here. Look at him just, before a big guy, he gets over there pretty quick.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Man, he's there. He's Johnny on the spot.
That play was even better than it looked the first time. Let's talk about the blacklist. With his back up against the wall, Red enlists Tom's help in executing an elaborate plan to help reestablish his criminal reputation. Watch the blacklist on its new day and time. That's Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Chris 6.
Well, we're getting into a pretty tough situation for Memorial now. Now they're going to have to kick the ball away, it looks like. They're down 18. You only got 11 minutes left in the football game. I don't know if they can stop. Flower Bluff has not been able to be stopped since the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah, and you really, you know, when I praise one team for their conditioning, it does not mean I'm sliding the other team in that area, because obviously these are very well-conditioned teams. But Flower Bluff really seeming to get stronger as the night goes on.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So as Alan said, the Eagles will punt it away. They're going to get it away from about, well, they're not. It's going to be a fake punt, a long pass into big coverage. And you know what? This is what happens in Texas high school football. They do something like that on 4th down. They throw it up, and they make it happen. That is J.P. Newman on the catch for the Eagles. I love this sport so much.
Well, it's number 10.
That was Gonzalez.
Yeah, and he just out-jumps everybody. That was almost a must play. You really couldn't afford to punt the ball away and allow Flower Bluff to drive it back down on you. You almost had to take a chance.
Yeah, I guess so, and I feel so good for J.P. Newman. Remember, he had kind of a tough start tonight. You know, dropped the ball on the gadget play that should have been a big play, but that more than atoned for it. That was a big lead catch. I mean, he had to go up and fight for that one. This is just amazing. I mean, when you think of the fighting spirit it takes to pull something off like this, great pass by Gonzalez, and really pretty good coverage on the part of Flower Bluff. That was Caleb Guajardo that was really in good position. Guajardo, you remember, is the guy that took that long pick six to the house earlier.
Well, you got to love Semper's attitude. I mean, he's already pulled out the playbook tonight. He's still finding ways to make things happen when you don't think it's going to happen. I mean, can you imagine just the list and the time they have to practice these amazing trick plays?
It's fun, and it keeps your players interested during the week. Running play, Frank Jones over left guard. Gets it down around the 2-yard line. And Gonzalez remains in the ball game at quarterback for the Eagles.
That's interesting. That's an interesting call there.
Line of scrimmage officially the 2 from the pistol. Play fake. Fade route. Left corner of the end zone. And that's a touchdown, and that's Seth Solis. That is Seth Solis, his 8th touchdown reception of the year, and the Eagles are back in it.
They had to make something happen, and they certainly did on this drive right here. Check it out. He throws it where only Solis can catch the football. Back corner of the end zone. Very well done.
Oh, that's good stuff. And by the way, you cannot fault the cornerback there. Kenny Whitehurst was in great position. The PAT is good, and this is getting interesting again. 10:05 remaining in this fourth quarter, and the Hornet lead is cut to 28-17. Back with the final 10 minutes or more in just a moment. You're watching Texas High School football from Chris Communications.
All right, welcome back to Cavanis Field. Veterans Memorial back in this football game thanks to this great pass. Jason Gonzalez, fade pass to Seth Solis where only he can catch the ball. So now the Bluff leads 28-17 with 10:05 to play in regulation.
You know, this is a little early, at least according to conventional wisdom, for an onside kick. But when does Veterans do anything the conventional way?
They have probably run at least 8 unconventional plays tonight. Would you
I think that's a conservative estimate.
Yeah.
They did 5 in about the first 4 seconds of the game. This is a fun one between 2 unbeaten teams and 2 teams who are strong contenders to win the South Zone Championship. Eagle crowd getting into it now. And what did I tell you? I'm not surprised.
And they got it.
And I'm not surprised they got it. I'm not surprised they pulled it off. We're waiting for the official signal, but yeah, it looked like it went 10 yards. It looked like it's 5. This is just amazing.
Let's take another look at it. The ball gets a perfect bounce right to you-know-who. Look at him again. It's number 4. Is that Newman?
Yeah, it is. That man, he is having quite the second half right now. Perfectly executed. Perfectly executed.
It's like he's standing there knowing that's where the football is supposed to come to.
Because it was. And it did. As I said, perfectly executed. Man, this is good stuff. Soto back in the game at quarterback. Nice 1-2 punch for the Eagles. Counter play coming near side. Jones cuts it up. Oh, man, they're feeling it now. Jones stays on his feet inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And you know what? Every single guy in a red jersey thinks they're going to pull this off. A gain of 30 yards.
And that'll put him over the 100-yard mark. He's been over 100 every game this year. He began the night with 700 yards total for the season.
And we got a whistle and a flag. Line of scrimmage, the 18-yard line.
Jones officially now 25 carries, 119 yards.
So he has gone over the 100-yard mark in every single one of their games this year.
So that gives him 819 yards rushing for this season alone. He's about to hit 1,000, folks.
First and 15. Soto swings it out, far side. It's complete. Down around the 18-yard line, so didn't really get much. That was Josh Gomez on the catch for the Eagles.
I can already see it now. They're going to score and go for 2 to get within a field goal. I'll call that right now.
I love it when you think like a coach and you're thinking 3 steps ahead.
There you go.
That's good. Yeah.
Going to be a 1-score game if they can get that 2-point conversion.
That's a backwards pass, but they execute it cleanly. It's complete to Solis. It becomes essentially a jet sweep to the near side and gets down around the 15-yard line, now with 9:02 remaining in the fourth. Ball at the 15. They need to get just inside the 9 for a first down. So almost 7 yards. Running play, near side, Jones cuts it up.
Another flag, though.
And yeah, there is on the far side of the field.
You know, it's almost like Betts just gets his second wind out of nowhere, you know? It looked like they were getting tired.
You know what happened there? The bluff lined up offside. And that's going to turn 3rd and 7 into 3rd and 2. Ball at the 10-yard line. Option play, near side. Quarterback Keep going for the pylon, gets inside, scores. What a turnaround. We have seen such wild swings in momentum in this game. And right now, Mo is all Veterans Memorial.
All right, let's take a look here. I don't think he was touched on this run. Let's check it out. He's going to run in untouched, makes it look easy. They are going to go for the 1-point PAT.
Beautiful block by tackle Ryan Hernandez, who got the seal block and enabled the touchdown. The PAT is good, and don't look now, but this is a full-on slugfest with 8:42 remaining. The Hornets' lead is cut to 28-24, back with what promises to be an exciting finish in just a moment. We thank you for watching Texas High School football from Chris Communications.
Welcome back to Cavanis Field, where Betts has scored again. Here's how they got it done. Look at David Soto back in the ball game, and it's a quarterback keeper. Strolls in untouched. All of a sudden now, they've gotten to within 4. It's now Flower Bluff 28, Betts 24, and we still got 8:42 left to play. A lot can still happen. Wow.
You know, somebody's watching this game, and they went away just a minute ago to make a sandwich, and it was an 18-point game, and they come back, and it's a 4-point game, 14 unanswered points by the Eagles. It is on, folks. Here's the kick. High, short, end over end. Bobbled at the 30-yard line. Wow, scramble for the ball. Memorial thinks they have it, but the indication goes the other way. Oh, man, and every Flower Bluff fan in the place breathes a sigh of relief. Got a flag on the play.
I really thought Vets had recovered the ball, but apparently not. Looked like number 6 had it. Let's see what the call is.
Wow, weak. And now the onus is back on the Flower Bluff offense. Got to have more discipline than that. The fans are booing, but I will almost guarantee you that was because somebody said something they shouldn't have said.
Let's see if we can see what happens here. He calls for the fair catch.
Yep.
Goes right through his hands. It looks, well, I can see now how Vets did not recover the ball. The ball rolled around quite a bit. Now there's probably a lot of talking going on. There's number 12. Not sure what was said.
Bluff's got the ball at their 47-yard line, clinging to a tenuous 4-point lead. Deep ball. Down the middle, got a man wide open and overthrew the receiver. That would have been a walk-in score to Taggart Peel, but Braden Sharon just didn't put quite enough air underneath that one.
Well, that have brought down the house. If they had connected on this, this is perfect.
Oh, man, he's open.
Look at that.
And that's against what they call cover 0. There was no free safety. Merely an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. Sharon will keep near side, going to get hit behind the line of scrimmage. Breaks one tackle, trying to get back, was hit on the sideline, going to lose about 2, back to the 45-yard line. And now that Veterans Memorial defense is one play away from a stop and getting the ball back for their own. Sharon protected well, throws deep down the middle, again has a receiver open, and again the ball is just slightly overthrown. That was intended for Jacob Solis. Could have been, maybe even should have been 2 walk-in scores.
Give him credit for at least trying here. This is just a little overthrown, just a tad. I mean, the receivers are doing their job. They're getting open. What's happening in that defensive backfield there?
Just couldn't make the connection. And Flower Bluff is going to have to punt it away. Rugby style. Pilares gets his foot into it, and it's going to be a very effective punt, that's for sure. They're going to kill this down at the 1-yard line.
That is
effective. How about perfect? All right, so here's where we are. 8:13 remaining in the 4th, following a 54-yard punt that's killed at the 1. Veterans Memorial trails by 4, and they're 99 yards away from maybe taking the lead.
Yeah, and you can't turn it over here. This is big. You know that the Bluff is going to go after him hard on defense here. But hey, you're going to earn it. You got to go 99, right?
Is this fun or what? All right, so the quarterback will be standing back there in his end zone.
Gonna watch the snap.
Oh, ball loose in the end zone. Wild scramble for it. Oh man, Flower Bluff thinks they have it. We're awaiting the official signal. They're unpiling him. It's a touchdown. Oh man. Unbridled joy for Flower Bluff and just total heartbreak for the Eagles. That was Alec Mish, the defensive tackle and senior, who makes the touchdown recovery for the Hornets.
It was a good snap. It looked like maybe Soto took his eye off the ball for just a brief moment. And the Flower Bluff Hornets, wow, talking about regaining mode here.
Okay, you know what? Long way to go. But when all is said and done, the biggest play of this game might have been that 54-yard punt that gets killed at the 1-yard line.
Amen to that. That says volumes. Volumes.
So Pilares, the guy who executed that punt, now going to try to add the PAT. And does so. 8:07 remaining in the fourth. The Hornets up their lead to 11 at 35-24. Back in a moment. As I said, this is a good one. We thank you for watching Texas High School football from Chris Communications.
All right, welcome back to one of the wildest football games you're going to see all year. Here's what just happened moments ago. The fumble in the end zone. It's recovered by Alex Mickish for Flower Bluff. They have scored to take a 35-24 lead. And, Paul, I got to tell you, this is one of the most fun games I've seen in a long time.
There have been such wild swings in momentum, and each team is playing to win. Sometimes you see teams play not to lose, not tonight, because even though it's the zone opener, when all is said and done, this game could be for the South Zone Championship. And the right to represent the South in that District 35A championship game on November 9th, which we will be bringing to you right here on the CW. Polaris set to kick it off for the Bluff. Here we go. With the aid of that breeze, it's going to be a touchback.
But you got to go back to that punt. That punt was just unbelievable. That was as good a punt as I have ever seen in a high school football game.
You know, and there's so much going on. You think a punt is a simple play, but they ran the rugby punt, and Polaris goes to the right side. That enables the coverage to get far enough downfield where they can get behind the football and kill it at the one.
Unbelievable.
Saturday Night Live is coming off its most watched season in 23 years and 9 Emmy Awards. Don't miss the best in satire and sketch comedy with host Gal Gadot and musical guest Sam Smith. Saturday Night Live, Saturday at 10:30 p.m. on Chris 6. Difficult, but not impossible. That's the situation facing Veterans Memorial, as they trail by 11. Option pitch, near side. Running back turns it up. That's Frank Jones. Tough running back. Gain of only about 3. Looked like that might be good for a little more than that, and it's Javaris Lawson again on the tackle. This time they'll take Lawson, the inside linebacker, and walk him out on the slot inside receiver on the right side. Running play coming near side. Across the 30, across the 35 goes Frank Jones. That's the tough running before he is bounced out of bounds by Dylan Byerly, the junior free safety.
There is a lot of adrenaline you try saying that. Adrenaline on both sides of the football right now. They're just going at it 110%.
Doesn't get any better than Texas high school football. On first down, Jones again, right up the middle. Gets a couple, clock continues to run with 7:26 remaining. Okay, Good job of sorting things out by referee Robert Newton.
They've done a great job tonight, this officiating crew.
We had a chance to visit with them before the game. They love this stuff as much as we do. We had a good time.
They live for this stuff, I'm telling you. They deserve a game like this, I'm telling you.
So after the offsetting penalties, game clock is stopped with 6:50 remaining. Frank Jones, the running back, takes it coming near side, gets past the defensive line, but the second level catches up with it. Excellent job of pursuit by the weak safety, Caden Luke.
And we already know they're going to go for it on fourth down regardless of what happens here. We know that with 6.5 minutes left in the game, right?
We know that more than we know the sun's going to rise in the morning. Absolutely. Swing it out. Far side. That's complete. They're going to get the first down a lot more. On the reception, that's Josh Gomez. Nicely designed play.
Taking a look at this. I mean, this guy, not sure where exactly he steps out of bounds, but he kept turning. They're going to mark it at the 47. 12-yard pickup.
All right, so first down play coming. 3 receivers to the near side. Give. Frank Jones. How strong is he? He got nailed by 3 guys about a foot behind the line of scrimmage and winds up with a 2-yard gain. Got an official's timeout here as we do have a player who is shaken up. That's Caden Luke, fine weak safety for Flower Bluff, who's had another big game tonight.
He really has. Well, what a game this has been. 35-24 now. Go back and evaluate this game when it's over. We've got a lot of big plays to talk about tonight. A lot of big momentum shifts.
You know, I canceled my bowling night so I could do this game. It was a very good decision. This was a lot more fun.
Your teammates were looking for you tonight.
They're happy when I'm not there. 2nd and 8. Eagles have to have something. Trailing by 11. Quarterback, pull it down, keep, got the first down, got more inside the 30, inside the 20, got one man to beat, hit at the 10-yard line and dropped, but still a very productive effort by the quarterback. That's David Soto.
Yeah, that's showing that kid. He's got a lot of bravery coming off that injury, and he's going to take a pretty good hit. But he looks pretty good here. He looks almost 100% the way he's running here.
That's a gain of 32, and that's a sight we did not expect to see a week ago tonight. That
no, I
injury
didn't either.
Really nasty. 1st and 10. Sweep coming, far side. Once again, that's Josh Gomez. And he is down close. He is down among them, and we do have a flag on the play. Yeah, you know, when he got the corner on that jet sweep, you could see that somebody was sealing back, and I guess somebody got a little handsy there.
Yeah, let's take a look at it and see if we can see it on this play. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Left tackle there got him.
It's a big penalty. Moves the ball back to the 22-yard line. They got to get down inside the 3 to get a first. And there's only 4:47 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, this is good for Flower Bluff. They're running that clock.
Swing pass near side. Solis trying to make a move. Now tries to get out of bounds, and that's not a bad decision because if nothing else, he stops the clock with 4:34
And look
remaining.
who was over there. Your man, 44. Again, on the stop. That is Javaris Lawson.
I bet his mailbox is pretty full these days. There are a lot of college teams that are going to love to have that guy on their team. He is as smart a football player as he is physical. Line of scrimmage, the 22. They got to get down inside the 3-yard line. Running play, near side. Jones makes one man miss, makes another man miss, stays on his feet, kind of crawls down around the 16-yard line. And that's a cramp. Oh, that's a man, Caden Luke again.
That does not feel good, I know.
No, it just doesn't. I'm amazed we haven't had more because this has become a really, really humid night, that's for sure. While we have a moment, talking about law and order, secrets, lies, and a crime that shocked the nation. Edie Falco stars in a true crime drama about a notorious murder case. Law and Order True Crime, The Menendez Brothers, Tuesday at 9 p.m. on Chris 6.
You know, that's been one of my favorite shows. That show has been on. How long? That show has been around for so many spin-offs. I love that show.
I've checked with my wife. If there's a cop show, my wife is going to be watching it.
A bunch of them out there. You probably have to watch them too, right?
It's a labor of love. It's enjoy. Anything you say, dear. You know, I just can't say enough good things about that inside linebacker for Flower Bluff, Javaris Lawson, and he's just a junior. Went into this game with 17 solo tackles. Seems like he's doubled that tonight alone. Big third down. Here's the snap. Throw over the middle. Nice job of convergence by the Hornets secondary. Pass falls incomplete, but that was a really nice play by Caleb Guajardo as he closed quickly.
Yeah, let's take another look at it. You know, well, let's see what they're going to do. They may kick. They may actually try the field goal here.
Well, you know, when you think about it, you're down 11.
Yeah.
If you can get it to 8, it's still game on.
But you got to make this. You got to make it.
Dude hadn't missed all year. They'll put it down at the 23, 33-yard field goal from the right hash. Here's Paris. Good snap, good hold. Kick on its way.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, I hope I didn't jinx it. Because for the first time this year, it's an errant kick as it goes wide left, and we'll keep it right here with 4:04 remaining. Let's talk about the strategy there. I would maintain strongly that that was absolutely the right decision.
You had to, yeah, because you're down 2 scores. You got to do it. Now, you talked about earlier when the guy is kicking from the right hash mark. It's a tough kick.
Yeah, it kind of came across his body a little bit. You play a little golf.
Yeah.
You've done that.
Yeah,
You've done that.
You're gonna hook it, you know. All right, now if you're Flower Bluff, you just want to eat as much clock here as possible. Eagles down to 2 timeouts, 4:04 to play.
Well, they literally have something they call the 4-minute drill. It's called run the ball, move the chains when you're up.
And don't go out of bounds.
Sharon, the quarterback, will keep it. It will stay in bounds. Doesn't get any yardage, but the clock continues to roll with 3:53.
I would call timeout here. Wouldn't you? Would you want to call timeout
yeah,
right here?
the conventional wisdom is, you know, you take your timeouts on defense because one way or the other, you can always find a way to stop the clock when you have the ball. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Sharon, the quarterback. That's Burlingame with the ball. And he's got a very short gain, setting up a really interesting 3rd and 8 situation. If the Eagles can get a stop here, they'll get the ball back. Trailing by 2 scores, though, at 35-24.
The play clock is just now starting, so they could actually run off another 20 seconds here if they want to. Let's see if they do that.
Sharon wanted to throw, but he's not going to throw. He's going to get sacked back at the 10-yard line. That is Kyle McAllister, the inside linebacker on the blitz, and among other things, this is going to set up a really interesting punt because the Hornets are going to have to punt it from their end zone.
And Metz does call timeout. They waited a little while to call it. I thought they wasted a few seconds there.
Look, I'm not second-guessing anybody. I'm not going to do that in a high school game. I have so much respect for these coaches. I know how hard this is. I have so much respect for these players. But there is this school of thought that you take the quick timeout on defense.
Yes. Had they done that, they would have probably another minute maybe to play with right now, at least.
Almost.
Yeah.
What a good ball game this
Oh
has
man, this has been terrific. This has lived up more than to the billing. I mean, this is a true marquee matchup. We got more games tomorrow night. I'm going to be over at Buck Stadium, Gregory Portland. Well, they've caught fire all of a sudden. They're going to play Miller. Miller's going to try to bounce back from that tough loss a week ago. Cal Allen's going to be over at Toloso Midway.
Well, you're right about the GP Wildcats. All of a sudden, they are no fun to play
They're scoring in the
whatsoever.
50s, yeah, with ease. They've got a trio of players that will knock your socks off.
All right, so if you're the Eagles, do you come after the punt or do you set up the return?
I say you got to go after it.
Here they come. Kicked away cleanly by Polaris. Kind of a wobbly punt. Takes a Flower Bluff roll, goes across the 40, going to be killed at the 42-yard line. Clock stopped with 2:37 remaining, and the Hornets leading by 35-24. That was a 31-yard punt.
All right, so you got to score and get the ball back quick. So you can't mess around here.
Well, if they score, the one thing we know, they got about the slickest onside kick team around.
They do. That is for sure. That has been on display tonight.
All right, so go back to the sophomore quarterback. That's Joseph Gonzalez. And that may be because he may be the better deep ball thrower.
Yeah, I would
just speculation.
I'd throw it 40 yards right here, and they're going to.
Pump fake, throw near sideline, Solis, complete. First down at the 21-yard line. This Solis guy is pretty good.
He really is. Let's see how many catches he's got now. I know he let's see if we got for the update here. 8 catches tonight.
Line of scrimmage, the 21. Gonzalez, the quarterback. They'll give it to Frank Jones right up the middle. And he gets a gain of about 4. Clock moving, 2:11 left in the fourth. Skinny post, complete, tough catch. Soto in the ball game, and it's complete to J.P. Newman. Tough physical catch by J.P. Newman, who showed some guts tonight. Quarterback keep, not going to get it in. It's going to cost us some time. Clock moving, 1:40 remaining. Option play, near side, quarterback keep, touchdown. And things stay interesting. Okay, 5-point ball game. Going to go for 2, trying to get within 3.
Yeah, this is huge because they can get the onside kick. All they need is a field goal to tie.
All right, here's the 2-point attempt. Action coming near side, running play. Solis tries to turn the corner, but they string it out. That was an excellent stop on the part of Henry Hoffman for Flower Bluff. Nice job, and that's a big deal because now there is no other path to victory for the Eagles other than a touchdown.
That's for sure. They had to get that 2-point conversion. Now they got to get a lot has to happen still. Got to get the onside kick. Then he got really actually plenty of time, minute 24 with 1 timeout left. It can be done.
Well, we will know shortly. We're going to take a break here. Back in a moment, but we'll know shortly whether this game is still on following the onside kick attempt. Back in just a moment. We thank you for watching Texas High School football, coming to you from Chris Communications. Tonight's game, and it is a great one, is brought to you by NEC Co-op Energy. To get plain and simple electricity rates for your home or business, visit necoopenergy.com. So here we go.
You know, remember it was scoreless after one. We've since had 65 points scored.
Things did pick up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last time they executed this onside kick, it was to the right side of the formation. Every indication is they're going to try this one to the left side. But on the other hand, they could do that swing your leg behind it thing, come back over here. Let's see how many different onside kicks they have. They do go left side.
Whoa!
They carom it off a guy, and you know what? Of course they got it. How many different ways are there? The strategy there was kick it at somebody, kick it at the speed of light, have it carom off him, and have a guy there to get. Of course they got it. And of course we still have a game with 122 left.
And hope it bounces back your way and not go out of bounds. That's unbelievable right there. They got plenty of time.
That was senior C.J. Evaristo, who earlier caught a touchdown pass, who came up with the ball for Veterans Memorial and keeps this game alive. Line of scrimmage, the Eagle 46.
What a classic football game this has turned out to be.
No place I'd rather be. All right, here we go. Soto, the quarterback. Frank Jones, the running back, in the pistol. Now it's set up on the right side of the quarterback. Two receivers left, two receivers right. Big pressure coming. Soto floats near side. Trying to get out of bounds and does so. Gets escorted out of bounds by linebacker Javaris Lawson. Eagle fans want a flag for a hit out of bounds. Not necessarily the way I saw that. What'd you think?
No, there was no. That was a clean play.
Gain of 4.
And shame on those Vets fans. I saw a ton of fans leave about 5 minutes ago.
That is their loss.
Should have stuck around.
That is their loss. Second and 6 from the 49. But the real stat here is on the clock. 1:15 remaining. Jones coming near side. Trips. Does get into Flower Bluff territory at the 49.
They're going to get charged that third timeout, aren't they?
Yeah, it sure looks that way. We'll keep it right here. Well, let's see. We've had gadget plays. We've had onside kicks. We've had 54-yard punts killed at the 1-yard line. We've had fumbles in the end zone.
Interception return for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah, there was that.
Yeah, 73 yards.
This game has had it all.
Had a long field goal. Yeah, we've had that onside kick. I mean, it's been unbelievable tonight. This play has pretty much had it all. Here it is again. Wow. Can't draw it up any better than that.
Well, and think of the way that was executed. That was a knuckleball by Paris, and that's not an accident. They practiced that. That was impossible to field.
How do you defend that?
First baseman's mitt for that.
I know. There's almost no way to defend that play.
Good stuff. Ball at the 49. Soto looks near side. Complete. That's Newman. Gets tracked down from behind. They're trying to strip the ball. He holds on to it and, in fact, has the first down at the 43-yard line, so the clock will stop while they move the chains.
And they were not charged a timeout, by the way, a moment ago, which is interesting.
It is interesting. Line of scrimmage to 42.
They got to throw the ball. They got to start throwing it downfield now.
That's Gonzalez. Throws over the middle. Another tough catch into tight coverage. Seth Solis. Line of scrimmage to 23, and you better believe these Eagles believe they'll spike the ball, stop the clock. 29 seconds left.
Take another look at it. Couldn't afford a sack here to stop it, to keep the clock running. He's going to avoid the rush. Throws a perfect pass. Great catch right in between two defenders.
And that was the
19-yard play.
The sophomore Gonzalez on that throw. Pump fake.
For the game winner.
Into the end zone. That's a touchdown. Do you believe what we just saw? Josh Gomez, I'm not going to call it the winning score yet, but it is the go-ahead score as Veterans Memorial, which was down 18, now with a 1-point lead, 36-35, and the PAT upcoming. Just about the darndest thing I've ever seen.
This has been one of the most incredible games I've ever seen, that's for sure. And they still have that one timeout left. But now the Hornets have one timeout with 21 seconds to play. Let's take another look at it. Both quarterbacks have had incredible nights tonight.
Let's talk strategy. You're up 1, okay? Whether you're up 1 or 2, a field goal could still beat you. Point being, they're going to go for 2 here. To a couple of Caldwell County fairs, but I've never seen anything like this.
And you know, I was thinking about that when I was watching all those Vets fans. I bet there must have been 500 of them that started filing out of here with 6 minutes to go in the game. I'm thinking, you know, there could be a miracle finish here. Wow, how do you think Flower Bluff feels right now?
Not real good, but you don't have time for that right now. You still got to think about trying to figure out a way to win this game. As I said, if you do the math, the 2-point attempt is what makes sense here. You want to make it a 3-point game where a field goal can only tie you but doesn't beat you. That's easy money. And they execute it. And that's Josh Gomez again, and it's a 3-point game. And it's 38-35.
We could see that touchdown again. I'd love to see it. Here's the 2-point conversion that gives them that 3-point lead.
And that's Gonzalez on the throw. That's a sophomore.
Yeah, he's grown up in this football game. All right, here's the touchdown to number 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That is our man, Josh Gomez. And you see what they did with the route? Okay, they had another receiver run a post to hold the safety, and then they snuck Gomez in behind that, and he was pretty much wide open. Okay, 21 seconds left in the 4th. Hornets about to get the ball on the kickoff. They trail by 3. They do have 1 timeout remaining. Here's the kickoff. Short, high, end over end. Wisely, I think, fair caught. Yeah, that's C.J. Evaristo with the heady fair catch play for the Hornets. So no time goes off the clock. 20.9 remaining, and the Flower Bluff Hornets, who not very long ago led by 18 and were right on the verge of blowing this one open, now trail by 3 with 20.9 seconds remaining.
All right, you know who they want to go to now. You know the number 4 is going to be targeted. Brendan Suckley. If he can get about a 30-yard pass play here.
Yeah, look, they're playing a 9-man pass defense. There are 9 men in coverage. So, really a pretty good idea to have the quarterback keep the ball and get out of bounds.
All right, let's take a look at the target line for a possible field goal. They need to get it down to about, what do you think, 35, 33?
With this kicker, by the way, he's a good high school kicker, but they need to get it down farther than that. If you get it down to the 25, that makes it a 42-yard.
He's got the win.
15.9 remaining. 3-man defense in front for the Eagles. 9 men in zone coverage. They'll swing it out near side. Complete. Receiver needs to get out of bounds. Does so right at midfield. That's Taggart Peel. on the reception for the Hornets.
What, 3 seconds run off that play?
Yeah, right at it.
That's all. Okay, that was good.
11.1 left. Ball at the Hornet 49.
What about a 20-yarder here and then throw into the end zone the last play? Throw it 20 yards, get out of bounds, then throw one more.
You do have the one timeout remaining. Sharon, right side, that's to Suckley, complete, out of bounds at the Eagles 46. But the Eagles make that trade. They gave up a few yards, but they gained some seconds. Now just 6.6 remaining on the clock.
You just got to heave this one down there now, don't you?
Well, okay, here's the thing. You got a timeout left. If you can complete a ball at the 25-yard line, you can call a timeout and maybe have a shot at a game-tying field goal. Sharon looks left. This will be the final play of the game. Deep ball over the middle. It is caught, but it is caught as the clock hits 0-0-0. It is party time for the Veterans Memorial Eagles. We'll just be quiet and let it happen. Contrast and emotions there, but still sportsmanship on display. Jubilation for Veterans Memorial, crushing agony for Flower Bluff. Let's send it down to the field and Nikila Pradier. Okay, having a little trouble with Nikki's mic. We'll get to that in just a moment.
Coach, unbelievable game.
Okay, we got to straighten out.
Really strong performance from your kicker, your special teams. Tell us about onside kicks, how often you guys practice that, and obviously pretty comfortable with running those kind of plays.
Well, we practice it every day. I mean, it's something that we know when we get into tough ball games. It's something we're going to need, and so it's something that we routinely practice. That's a heck of a football game. It's a shame that anybody had to lose. Both teams deserve to win. Fortunately, we came out on top tonight.
Yeah, in the second half, we saw you use both Soto and Gonzalez, but on that last drive there, you went to Gonzalez and stuck with the sophomore. Tell me your reasoning behind that and just talk about his performance tonight.
Well, I love both of our quarterbacks. Obviously, David got dinged up in last week's game, so Joseph took the majority of the reps this week, and the guy that gets most of the reps is going to get the playing time. We felt comfortable with both of them in the game. They both helped us win this game. Without both of them, we couldn't have won. I put our young quarterback in some tough spots early in the game. We threw 2 interceptions that were completely on me. He did everything I asked him to do, and I put him in a bad spot. So for him to rebound and come out the second half and help us win this football game is huge.
All right, go celebrate with your team. Thanks, Coach. All right, Paul and Alan, send it back to you.
Nikila, thank you so much. We talk about a program growing up. Keep in mind, this is only the second year of varsity football for Veterans Memorial. And Alan, let's remember this too. These two teams met last year, and Flower Bluff just hung a hurting on them. But you could tell at the time that the gap was just experience. Flower Bluff had more experienced players. Veterans Memorial hardly had a senior on the team. They have grown up. That is an understatement.
It is just unbelievable. They have arrived tonight. This was their arrival party. They made a huge statement tonight. They're here to stay. They're not going anywhere. And just the fact that it looked like they were so tired at one. We talked about that in the third quarter. And all of a sudden they got that second wind. They just were unstoppable. They just they made all the plays they had to make down the stretch, every one of them.
This sounds kind of duh, but you can't do that, meaning that kind of comeback, unless you believe you can make it happen. And it's really hard to get 17-year-old players to believe they can do it when they fumble a snap in the end zone, give up a cheap touchdown, and get down by 18 late in the game.
And we almost had an unbelievable finish. If Flower Bluff had maybe 2 more seconds, they could have called that final timeout. because they were at around the 20-yard line where you predicted they could kick the field goal from, but they just didn't have enough time.
Just took a little too long to get it off. But what an amazing high school football game. This, of course, is the zone opener. Cody Semper, one of these moments that he will never, ever forget. Boy, that's going to be one happy opportunity to talk to your team. And imagine the pride that he must have in his team. But imagine the pride that team has in him. A remarkable job. Let's go to final stats here, if we can bring those up for you. There we go. So Memorial with 235 rushing yards against Flower Bluff. What jumps out at you there, Alan?
Well, just the fact that they overcame those 3 turnovers, because Flower Bluff did not turn the ball over tonight. They still found a way to get it done. Again, they made every play they had to make down the stretch. Every one of them.
And think about Memorial. You know, we did their game last week against Miller. They turned it over 6 times and won going away at 49-12. Tonight, you turn the ball over 3 times against a really good football team and find a way to pull this one out 38-35.
Man, I tell you what, we know how to pick these television games. I tell you, this one was more than we expected. This is what makes football such a great game.
Okay, so this was the South Zone opener, but it almost had the feel of a pre-South Zone championship game. And I'm not taking anything away from anybody else.
No, this had a playoff atmosphere, without a doubt. This was a game changer for one or the other teams, and we'll see what happens. Man, they're going to be tough to beat down the stretch.
The one thing I know for sure is that Flower Bluff will bounce back, because that's the kind of program that Chris Steinbrook runs.
Yeah, there's no doubt. They've got a great shot if they don't make the district title game, that they do make the zone playoffs. They're just that good. And there's Coach down there. He's talking to his team. He's consoling them, and he knows they played a heck of a football game tonight.
Alan, it has been an absolute pleasure. I always so enjoy working with you. That goes for our good friend Nikila Pradier as well, and it goes for everybody on this wonderful Chris Six team who's bringing you these high school football games. And remember, we are not through yet, because on November 9th, we'll be bringing you that District 35A championship game, South Zone winner against the North Zone winner. A lot of football to be played between now and then. I don't feel at all reluctant to call this a classic, as Veterans Memorial comes from 18 down late with the aid of onside kicks and gadget plays and lots of hopes and prayers, and they come back and win it 38-35. Instant classic. So for Alan Harwell, Nikila Pradier, and our entire team here at Chris Six and Chris Communications, we thank you for watching, and we bid you good night from Cadiz.